about it went down, it rebooted, it went down, so it kind of, so maybe that's it. He was talking about their YouTube went down.
It's got to be good now. Right?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything looks right.
So all you did was turn it off and back on, and it works.
Sometimes that's the move.
Power cycle?
A little bit. We're good.
Where's the YouTube stream? That's from Dave in Maryland Heights.
Okay, calm down, Dave.
Pissed.
Dave, you want to go private?
Sally Land says it's up.
Yeah, thanks, Sal.
Okay, Sal.
Thankful the show is on. We were just tortured by Ken's interview with Ken Jeong.
I love that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones we have.
He acted like he watches his shows. That's from Wedding Tackle.
Is that the one where I asked him about the bush?
No.
That's a separate interview.
I guess I interviewed him a couple times because I asked him about what was this? He was in the 3.
Hangover?
He's in the Masked Singer. He was.
Yeah, Hangover. I asked him. I said, when you saw the script in Hangover and you saw that part where you're going to have to get naked, did you think about trimming the bush?
Oh.
He said he wanted that part. He wrote that part in for him. He wanted to get naked.
Nice.
Why?
Dirty boy.
I don't know.
Dirty boy.
But it was he needed a man.
I gave Pepper and Jeannie a chance last week. 22 and a half minutes of pube talk.
Oh, gosh.
Dude, his delivery is...
Gosh.
That's Mr. Licks.
Yeah.
Good.
He's not happy with the show.
Brian Henson just asked, where's Tim? Is my mic not on? I feel like I can hear it in my headphones. Is my nurse...
I hear it.
Have you seen my nurse?
I haven't seen your nurse.
Your head, it's good, but...
No, it's not. It's asymmetrical. It's bald. It's on the 5-foot, maybe, torso. It's a whole thing.
And your camera is leaning a little bit. You look like you're about to...
Let's take a look at it. Somebody came in here, Jackson, and messed with the... see what I got.
Doesn't it? You could tell the camera's leaning.
Who messed with our levers?
I'll go into the YouTube chat and see
I
what
think you
they're
look
doing.
handsome.
Is that right?
You look like you're into like
You want
a
to go private?
Yeah, let's do it.
conception or something.
Leave these bozos behind.
It always looks like Tim's camera is like closer to him.
Is that right?
You know, like I'm kind of far away, Plowsy's kind of far away, and Tim's like zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the camera is closer in proximity.
I think the female listenership has requested that so that they could psychologically convince themselves that I am playing Hey Diddle Diddle with them.
Oh.
That's what I understand from the consultants.
They've requested extreme close-ups.
That's right. That's right.
Tuesday I was cybering with Bill's wife.
Oh, my. Tim said nurse. Remember that? It made me think, you think we'll still be doing this show when we all need personal nurses?
Yeah, that's why
I'm close now.
Well, they make bedpans for this type of industry.
Yeah.
They
where
do.
They just
That's actually
slide
how the
it under the
bedpan was developed.
Yeah, when you have a hot take and you also need to go to the bathroom when you're 75 or 80,
Yeah.
you have that ability just to have your night nurse.
Nurse.
Yeah.
Right before she clocks out for the morning, just
We should check
slide
into that now.
bedpan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably will be doing it. We're so old, Tim will say that. Nurse, and she'll be over there. Yes? Who
Right
needs
there.
me? Which one
Dab
do you
his
need
face. His nose
me? Doug,
is running.
Iggy?
Dab his face.
Right
Fill
here.
up the water with the straw.
I need a cleanup.
I tell you, I'm not far from that.
I need a wipe.
You got
Nathan,
a chair right here.
Nathan from the east side of Alton's not happy, as he's one to be.
Yeah.
Someone called Gino the fourth made-up producer who actually works. Doug, that's Nathan from the east side of Alton. Gino is an engineer.
Great guy.
And
Used to work here.
I don't know if he ever worked at Hubbard.
Maybe not Hubbard, but he worked for K-Sheet for a period of time.
He worked at Emmis when Emmis owned him.
Emmis, okay.
And he's real.
Yes.
Yeah, real person. Yeah.
Guys, Community was a garbage show. Thanks.
Stop. Community
Yeah,
was great.
that's
Is that
what
brought up?
Yeah, on the Ken Jeong, because he's a part of that. I think I brought up that. I think the first season of that is phenomenal. But
That show's incredible.
thanks, Jackson.
Now, he was a doctor who decided he wanted to be an actor?
I think he went to Duke, right? He's a big Duke guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's accurate.
Huh.
Well, maybe we can find the interviews. I got like 28 in there somewhere.
28 interviews with him?
No, with various people. Me and Jackson can't find them.
How long ago did you do them?
Well, Jackson had a folder, and I came in on a Saturday, and I edited every one of them to take out the 590 and any
Oh, no
other
way.
thing.
And so they've disappeared since?
Yeah, I put them in a folder, and I think I titled them Iggy's Interviews.
Oh, no.
I don't know where they're at. Yeah, I was here for like 4 hours.
I gotta look for these, but
'Cause
I
I-
don't really know.
You know, I didn't want to have any mentions of the other station, or if I mentioned a sponsor, which I never did, but if I mentioned some other stuff. So I listened to them to make sure I
Sure
took
you
stuff
did,
out.
yeah. You took that stuff out, too,
But I
didn't
put
you?
them in a folder, and I don't know where they're at. Jackson tried to find them. He couldn't find them.
Going to junk folder, maybe?
I don't know. But there were some good interviews in there.
Yeah.
Jackson, did you just log into the Twitter account from a different place?
Yeah, I've created a new profile on my desktop here. So
Nice. What do you got going on with that profile, boy?
Well, fun fact. So a listener gifted me a mic switch, so I can turn my mic on.
Yeah.
We were discussing this before the show, and Plowhawk said it might be one of the biggest developments in recent show history.
Yes.
Yeah, this is massive. Now, phone lines. Anytime someone calls in,
So Mr. Licks can call in anytime he wants.
anytime he wants. Now I can
That's
start.
huge for the show.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Why do the listeners
Actually,
have this equipment and we don't?
I take it back. It's the worst thing to happen to the show. I didn't know that.
But
Takes can change quickly in the Michelob Ultra studio.
Well, if you can turn your mic off, you'll be able to go private with just about anybody.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea.
it's got to get so naughty up in the studio.
Yeah.
Put that off.
But it's great, so I can use the computer I originally used when we first got here with the loud keyboard, and I can do everything I want to do. And if I want, I just click my mic off, and I can go to work. So I had to create a new profile on my desktop here, and get all my tabs open. And now that they are, oh boy,
Wouldn't
watch
it have been
out.
better if you just put that in like a cabinet somewhere? Then it disappeared,
What cabinet?
like our 360 machine that was gifted to us.
I'm the only one who uses the studio.
I found an Iggy folder.
I was doing a bit there.
But they're just learn drops. Currently, that's the only Iggy folder I have found. But I am willing to search for it as.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I did it on Jackson's computer back there, so I don't know if you have access to that.
I have access to
here,
the same drive.
We'll find it eventually. It's just there's some good interviews. So if we need time to plug into our TMA all day, those are things we can put in there.
Hey, Tim, you sound so good this morning. Would you like to go private? We can cam together like a couple of naughty boys. That's from show ombudsman and Indianapolis Star columnist Brian Henshaw.
Oh, really? Do you need a few moments away?
Do you guys mind if I just go private right over here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you imagine? There's like a little curtain room area with just like a solo webcam.
Oh.
Has he officially come out yet?
Brian Henshaw?
Yeah.
I'll ask him when I'm private.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you're gay if you go private with another gentleman at
I think it
7:15 in
does.
the
Does it?
morning.
Yeah.
I think it would, yeah. Yeah, I think it would.
I think it's fine.
Oh, it's fine, but it is gay.
Cardinals win last night.
Yeah.
Big night for Albert.
Pujols.
Yeah.
Doug, how many home runs is he away now?
Well, he's what, 687 now?
13, yeah.
Let's get 13.
He's
going to
come up just short.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
is.
Gonna be,
You think he's going to
what
get
do I do
690?
now?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll get 690, but he may get to like 694 or something. 3, and then what? I guess he's still retired.
What's his career batting average? Still at the 300 range?
No, I think he fell below that a couple years ago.
Did you see what their minor league player did last night?
Sick.
4 home runs.
6-6.
And it was the cycle home run.
Yes, indeed.
He had a solo, a 2-run homer, a 3-run homer, and a grand slam.
Who was that, Mason?
Chase Hedman, I think is his name.
God, who would have thought that Pujols would finish a career under 300 batting average and not 700 home runs? That's weird. That's a
Yeah. Well, 700 home runs is a boatload of home runs. How many have gotten there? Just 1, 2,
2.
3.
Nurse.
Ruth, Aaron Bonds.
And last night he tied Ty Cobb for most games played, I believe.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Oh, that's cool.
Number 1 spot for most games played, or just?
I don't think Cobb was number 1.
I bet
think.
Pete Rose, someone like that, was probably most games played.
Cal Ripken.
Most consecutive games played.
Yeah, but it feels like if you do that, you're probably up there.
Well, it's the guys who played into their mid
We
40s.
could look it up. I
He
guess.
takes-
There's
that
no
is
way to
sick.
find that information. It doesn't exist.
That information is not available. While Iggy is looking it up, I'd like to tell everybody about our 7 o'clock hour sponsor, which is Munganess, the great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota. And they are friends of the program, the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Jackson and I recorded one yesterday. Was it 2 hours and 22 minutes?
2:30.
How about that, Doug?
That's a
What would
lot
the
of
top- what would the
talking.
top-
3 hours of this, 1 hour of the award-winning balloon party, and then I'm like, why not do 2.5 hours of a podcast? And we were all over the damn map. And when I say we, I mean I. And Jackson politely sits there and occasionally interjects while checking his prostate because that thing is a harsh little mistress.
I was good yesterday.
You did a solo prostate check?
If anybody needs a bedpan, it might be Jackson for
Jackson might
these.
need a bed.
I got long fingers, Doug. Don't worry about it.
Oh, so slutty. I like that a lot. So anyway, that's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota. the official automotive provider of TMA, and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and that's up for your listening pleasure. All kinds of stuff in there. There's occasional gems where I go, you know what, screw it, I'll just talk about it here. So that's up for your listening pleasure. Munganass, stlouisacura.com, AltonToyota.com. I am off tomorrow. Iggy is not happy about it, but I am. I have a tournament, and Doug, it's an alternate shot format. I don't think Iggy would like that either. I don't know what you like less, me taking the day off. Or
I wouldn't be big on alternate shots. I feel bad for you because you'd have to follow me at some.
Oh, God.
Every other shot, you'd have to hit my shot.
Is there a chance you two can go private before Tim leaves?
I'll go private with you.
We should do the show live and just kind of, have a live update for the listeners on how the tournament's going.
Just follow along in a couple of golf carts. Spit and takes.
With a camera and a mic.
Take a look at this. So we bogeyed that one.
Is tomorrow our first Lisa Ann segment, or is that next Friday?
I think it's next Friday.
Okay.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got to talk to Jackson after the show. Lisa Ann texted me yesterday.
What's going on?
And I was honored. She asked me if I would be on her podcast. And she said she doesn't do it over the phone. She goes, she does it on some Chrome thing. And I said, I don't have a camera on my desktop. So I said, I guess I could talk to Jackson tomorrow and see if that's something we can do. Like,
Or
in the
we can
studio.
bring her in on the YouTube?
No, this is... she does her podcast,
right?
And everybody's like on the screen with her. It's not like a Zoom; it's something else she does with Chrome. And she goes, "That's the only way I do it." And I said, "Well, I don't have that on my computer. I don't have a camera on my computer."
How old is your computer?
I don't know. It's a good computer. I just don't have a camera on it.
Are you sure about that? Because almost all of them have cameras.
Well, I don't think so. Anyway, I just said I'll talk to Jackson and see if it's something that we can do from like
you watch him now on the screen.
The studio. That we can do it, but so I was honored. She asked me. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Maybe you have a camera, and you just don't know it.
Well, I'll have to check. I don't think
because I was on a computer at one point. I think it was a laptop they'd given to me at Channel 4, and you actually had to slide this little window off to
that's a
reveal the
laptop.
camera.
This is. I think I tried to do a Zoom call back when everybody was quarantined or whatever it was called, and I couldn't. It says no camera found.
Really?
So I had to do it on my phone.
It's got to be like a 20-year-old computer or something.
No, it's not that long ago. I got it from a listener. I forgot his name.
We get a lot of stuff from the listeners, Doug, for our technology.
Well, I paid for it, but he's in the business of computers.
Oh, here comes Ezekiel.
When we go private with them and they ask for favors, we say, "Can I have a computer in return?"
Damn, this.
No, I was talking about I needed a new computer.
It's really working for us.
And he reached out to me and said, "That's what I do for a living. Come by and just pick out what you want." So I did. But
the only computer in the building that didn't have a camera on it.
Pick out what you want. It's like the dentist office.
Thousands of computers. But Tim was talking about his podcast.
Sure.
And I brought up Lisa Ann's podcast.
Right, you did.
And Tim, I'm going to show, if you don't mind hijacking for 1 second.
When did it ever matter what the rest of us
I'm going to show you how my mind works. As I've said a few times, I'm in the process of rewatching NYPD Blue. And
can we stop it right there?
But last night, one of the guest hosts, one of the guest stars of it was Mackenzie Phillips.
Doug, you know Mackenzie Phillips, of course, from One Day at a Time.
Right. It's kind of an awkward teenage years.
Yeah, and then she
was the older sister of the delightful Valerie Bertinelli, who would later marry Eddie Van Halen.
And she was in American Graffiti.
Yes, when she was I think she was like 14.
Schneider was the fix-it man.
Right.
And then got into drugs, and I think when her book came out, she said her father had sex with her for many years.
Oh, wasn't her father in the Mamas and the Papas?
Yeah, John Phillips, I think.
John Philip Sousa.
Correct.
But, so a lot of times when I'm watching things, I said, I wonder if I said, is she alive still? So I Googled her and started reading her Wikipedia.
Had sex and now Dad is dead.
Yeah, killed him.
And then, this is how my mind works, siblings, half-sister China Phillips. And I said, oh, yeah, Bob Birch is her, stepfather.
Yeah, my former brother-in-law.
How about that?
So then what I did,
Got a lot of tentacles in this story.
I went to Michelle Phillips, his wife, to see if he was mentioned in her Wikipedia. And it said married radio executive Robert Birch. Then I said, I Googled Birch to see what he's been doing
Gosh,
lately.
where is this going?
What comes up? Tim's podcast with Birch. I went and listened to the entire podcast of you and Bob
How about
Birch.
that? You set that podcast up.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever heard it. And I went and listened to it. All because I just saw Mackenzie Phillips on NYPD Blue. That's how my mind works, from one to one to one to Birch.
That was the story?
And it was a fabulous interview. I enjoyed it. I hadn't heard it.
Compliment. Keisha Gray didn't sound like she enjoyed the story, but I enjoyed it. It was a wonderful anecdote.
So that's just how my mind works.
Well, Mazel tov, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Is that Jackson?
Is that a drop, or does he just come back
I
in?
can't tell.
That was a drop.
Okay.
Seamless. You're welcome.
Well, you guys want to take a guess at the top 5 games played?
Oh, I can't. Top 5 what?
Top 5 players, most games played.
That Dennis Franz from NYPD looked like the Penguin.
That's a nice play.
That show could not be on the air today.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Politically incorrect?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Okay, Albert tied Ty Cobb last night for 5th place all time.
5th place. How about Aaron?
He's in 3rd.
Nice.
Pete Rose, you said.
Yeah, Rose?
He's in 1.
Yeah. How about Yastrzemski?
2. Are you looking at my phone?
No?
What about Juan Franco?
So we got the top 5 then,
You got,
right?
well, you're missing 1.
We're missing number 4.
Yeah.
And Johnny Bench. Didn't play long.
Musial.
No.
Um,
Musial is tied for 7th with Eddie Murray.
okay, we need
Ted
team.
Williams.
We need the team. No, Williams missed a lot. of
Oh,
games
with
right
the
now.
Army, yeah, sorry.
If I give you the team, you should get it. Oakland A's.
Ricky Henderson.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice play.
There's your top 5. Trish Speaker's in 34th.
Okay.
Juan Soto will be up there soon. But I got so with Jordan
gotta stay
Walker.
healthy. Gotta stay healthy and want to play until you're 40 something.
I could see Jordan Walker getting up there.
Those other guys were probably in the major leagues when they were Jordan Walker's
21,
age.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. If you play in that many games, you have to.
Yeah.
That's a sick list,
And
though.
it used to be if you were a star, you played every game.
Mhm.
There were not, take a game off every week and a half that they do now, usually. Not many people play 162 games anymore.
I'd recommend going back and listen to some of Tim's older interviews.
Dude.
God, a lemming play right out of the blue. Yeah, what do you have to do to play a long time in the major leagues? Well, I'd recommend listening to Tim's podcast. That's it.
I made the observation on yesterday's 2.5-hour sode.
Really?
No, I haven't said anything yet.
No, I'm saying really 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a record?
No, I can't imagine. Jackson, what is the record? I'm sure Jackson knows to the
The
second.
record, I'd guess Pete Rose, probably number
Pete
1.
Rose, number 1. Trish Speaker, just outside the list.
3 hours, 12 minutes.
Is that right? Oh, my
Oh.
God. It's insane.
Non-stop
That really
talking?
It's
That's longer than a
insane.
show. She
It is
said a
insane.
6 hours a day of talking.
I know. And I
Well,
could
7
go
if you
longer,
count down the
honestly.
hall.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I'm telling you. But anyway, that podcasts, as much as I enjoy them, and that's for the most part the content that I access at this point, unless I'm listening to Audible on a long drive, podcasts have inadvertently ruined the ability, not the interview, but the ability to get interviews. And you, as a person who booked guests, can speak to this. Jackson never really did it. I'd be curious. I don't know who would fall into the category of somebody who booked guests in pre-podcast and books guests now, because people feel like you didn't just have sports talk radio, which meant you had at least one station across the country in, the top 200 markets, probably 2 stations in many markets. Now, so many people have podcasts that people get hit up for interviews all the time that it has become, I don't know what the right word would be. It's saturated.
Yeah,
And
inundated
it's
with,
so
with
difficult.
interview request.
So, I started that podcast on October 1st, 2017, and it really, it truly is, to John Seymour's credit, the Sea Monster, how he was able to book a great guest week in and week out. That is absurd, and we had a streak where it went on for so long. I don't think if we started it on October 1st, 2022, we could do that, because at this point, people are just like, yeah, I'm not doing another podcast. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It's like back in the day getting guests. In the early days of KSP, and then when Birch started KFNS, and so on and so forth, even into the late 90s when Greg was doing it, there still weren't a ton of sports stations. So you could get guests. They weren't getting 19,000 calls a day. And now, you can't get a player on the air. You think a player's going to come on the air? Every once in a while, one-on-one, because they have a great rapport with people. But I couldn't call players like I used to, and you want to come on. Why do I want to come on and talk on the radio?
Right.
I've gotten 30 requests today. So it's changed completely. Yeah. Now, unless you're a Rogan or somebody, everybody wants to go on
Right,
that
but
show.
that's what I'm saying. And Jackson brought up Bill Simmons' podcast, Rogan. Who's the other one? Pardon My Take. Well, they did that interview with Aaron Rodgers. Have you watched that Plowhawk as a Packer guy?
Yeah.
That's strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, pardon my take. Love those two.
Yeah, it's a great interview.
Great.
It's amusing as hell, and Rodgers is...
He plays ball.
Yeah, he plays ball. It's just good entertainment.
Yeah, so
But all
unless
these
you're one of the big
podcasts
ones, yeah.
with national people will start off like, guns blazing with the guest thing, and then a month or two in, you can kind of sense that they're going, oh, well, what are we going to do now? and then it just trails off because you can't keep it up.
Yeah,
But
unless you're named
10
and you
years
have a lot
ago,
of
that would
friends.
have been a
yeah.
different deal.
Like Pat McAfee started. I mean, I know he has a video element to his. He has more of a show than a podcast, but he's a guy who started late in the game. But he's also a name brand, has rapport with a ton of athletes, and had that Barstool rep as well. So I guess that may not be the best example, but not a lot of people can start it now and have a lot of success. Be tough, at least. That's why Pepper and Genie is so popular.
And the guests are probably worried also about how long they're going to go.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
if you're on a radio show, you got to figure, well, they'll
Yes.
talk to me for 10 minutes,
Right.
maybe. A podcast, I don't have 2.5 hours to give you.
And if you're like, a guy like, I'm just bringing up Marshall Falk will never do a podcast, but like, what's the upside for that?
That's-
to like to say something
right.
stupid on a random podcast.
So
Well,
we
that's
can
the only
get you-
reason.
Yeah.
The only reason all these guests you get at Radio Row at the Super Bowl is because they're all plugging something. I mean, if they weren't plugging avocados or wherever the hell they're plugging, you wouldn't have all those guests on Radio
like
Row.
an
You'd be
avocado.
talking to the Bob Nightingales of the world because nobody else would come on.
took a shot out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, just
He didn't have it coming.
Name
Had
any
to go
beat,
down to
name
Bob,
any
too.
beat writer. But they're all plugging something.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason you're getting the Radio Row thing.
Well, sure.
But other than that, if you go on a podcast, unless you're friends with them, why would they come on?
No.
Why do I want to come on and just spend 30 minutes of my time sitting and talking to you about my career? There's no upside.
Yeah.
Unless they have a chance to come on with Tim. Then if they say no, that's their problem.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah. You're relentless.
It is the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is our Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Get involved now. Jackson can take phone calls, right? Is it a different deal now for you? Now that you have the switch thing?
it's a. Have you guys heard any typing so far?
No.
Yeah, that's because of this mic switch. So
What does this
Who
piece
is the
of equipment
listener?
look like?
Yeah, what does it look like?
So-
a little vibrator, I would guess.
it's just remember what we kind of had when we went on when we did before the golf tournament. We were all there. They have like these little tiny blue boxes with just one button that you turn on to mute your mic and turn it.
Like a cough switch or something?
Kinda. It's exactly like that. It just plugs into my mic and it's really awesome.
How did this guy have that?
I don't know. So I was leaving last week. I was leaving the station. There was a guy waiting outside. Receptionist wasn't there. Bathroom, wherever.
Careful about that.
Was it? Oh, he was outside, and he saw me. He says, "Hey, I came with this package for you." He's like, "Here." He's like, "I was sick and tired of you saying 'pop me down, Plowsy.' So said this just plugs into your mic." I said, "Okay," and he was like, "Yep," and then he just left.
He needs like a swag bag or
He
something.
didn't tell me his
A
name.
mystery man.
A mystery
guy-
man, handsome mystery man.
Yeah, I said how much I appreciated it. He was like, I can't hear you say 'pot me down, Plowsy' any longer."
He sounds tall.
That's what we got to do. Just annoy
tall
the
one.
listeners so much until they just give in to our demands.
I'm
Bring us the equipment we'd really like to have.
I'm happy as a lark. So yeah, if you call in, I can just quickly I mean, now you can't hear me. There you go.
That lady is going to be the first one to call in and take advantage of this incredible situation.
We're going to put in some sort of booth with curtains, and every now and then one of us is going to excuse ourselves and say, "I'm sorry, I'm going private."
And the booth will
That's
be
what's happening?
like
Make a couple $100 real quick.
it'll be like a stall in a bathroom where you could still see like the head, but you can't see like the torso.
Oh, and I got something yesterday. Can I thank?
Oh, yeah, back to you.
No, I want to thank listener Sarah, who
Nice.
dropped this off for Gobble Bowl, the Blues Stanley Cup replica.
Well,
ring.
thank you, Sarah.
So thank you, Sarah.
Like one of the many female listeners.
Well, there's not that many. Probably you could count them on one hand, I guess.
Bill's wife just texted into the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, 314-881-8625. That spells TMA5, Russ. I'll call in if Jackson wants to go private with me. That's from Bill's wife.
I can't turn down cash, so yeah, let's
There
go
you go.
private.
Bill's wife and Jackson are going to hook
Get the
up.
curtain.
There had got to
Just
be
a
a
shower
way.
curtain would probably work.
Our studio is just now at a perfect setup to where we could do, right now, a little side booth curtain
Right
area.
here. We have another chair
The
right
cuck
next to
area
me.
back
right
there. You can't get a camera back there.
The
So.
sweet spot.
Yeah, that's the blind spot back there.
And people just talk for about 5 minutes, and then they'd push back the shower curtain and leave. Leave the studio.
And like you could have people like obviously in line. When you press private on YouTube, you go, "Oh, I'm 7th in line."
Yeah, there's a queue. There's a queue of some form.
2 minutes before Doug Vaughn gets in private with you.
Then we got to hire that guy that can't get a job anywhere else that will take the job of mopping up back there when we.
Oh, there's not going to be any mopping needed.
I don't know.
Sweet, sweet fluids. Doug Design Air is the sponsor of our email of the day, and Seth Goldcamp wants everybody to know that this weekend at Francis Park on Saturday from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 11th annual Grub and Groove. That is a free event in Francis Park. Of course, I am a Tam Avenue native, and right there, I mean, you can see the statue. It's a smaller statue. It's life-size. And my boyhood home, which is it's now taken care of by the federal government, actually. The federal government now takes care of it.
Is it a landmark? Yeah.
That is.
That statue, they got that from the old Shoney's Big Boy guy that used to stand in front of the restaurants.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right there on Tam Avenue. So if you go to Grub and Groove, you're going to see it. The event showcases food and drink from exceptional local restaurants and live music from some of St. Louis's finest musicians like the Steve Ewing Band and Guilty Pleasures. Seth will be there, and he will buy a beer for any TMA Lemming in attendance. Just look for the guy wearing a Design Air hat and a St. Gabriel's 7th grade tournament championship ring. That's the great Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Seth Goldcamp, Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. Doug, could you tell us about Ryan Kelly? Because he's our title sponsor, and it's unbelievable. He's about to climb a mountain in Ecuador, for the love of Peter.
Well, he's doing it for the kids, of course, raising money for St. Jude's. If you'd like to donate, you still can. Go to thehomeloanexpert.com. You get all the information right there. The housing market started to cool a little bit. Inventory is still low. Houses are selling very fast. You need to be pre-approved today with the Home Loan Expert if you are in the market to buy a new home. The Home Loan Expert has lower rates, loan programs for almost everyone, and a 10-day closing guarantee. That is really a quick turnaround, 10 days. Used to be like 3 weeks. Not anymore. 10-day closing guarantee. The Home Loan Expert will have you ready to close when that perfect home hits the market. If you're looking to do a cash-out refinance, still a good time to do that. Ryan says the average person getting money out of their mortgage is getting about $54,000 back. Imagine what you could do with that. Pull that cash out, pay off those high-interest credit cards, make home improvement projects a reality, pay off the student loans, whatever. It's your money. It's your equity. You can get in there and take it out and refinance, and Ryan Kelly can show you how to do it. He is the best. His website, again, thehomeloanexpert.com.
And Donut Drive-In, providing food coming up for breakfast at the Lemmings Open. Tickets are going to go on sale in 11 days at tmastl.com. It's only $85 for all of your golf, all of your Michelob Ultra.
It's a steal.
Donut Drive-In and lunch and dinner from Uncle Leo's. How do you do? That'll be at tmastl.com, so get your foursome together and book it for August 22nd. The event takes place as we partner with the Megan Meyer Foundation on September 23rd at Normandy's. So put that together, and it's only one day. So there will only be, I don't know how many foursomes available, but get it to tmastl.com when they go on sale August 22nd. Donut Drive-In will be providing breakfast. The South City tradition at Watson and Chippewa now offers online pre-ordering. Get exactly what you want, ready when you want it. Visit donutdrivein.com to browse their over 50 classic varieties and place an order today. All occasions, all varieties, Donut Drive-In, always. Online at donutdrivein.com, and you can pre-order, and then you just go pick it up, and it's quick, fast, in a hurry. Donut Drive-In, a wonderful partner here of the Ryan Kelly Morning After. 7:38 in St. Louis. For those of you listening live, watching on YouTube, a lot of private requests right now. This business model here is getting very, very aggressive as people want to sleep with us via the YouTube chat, and it is fun. You can also text in your request, 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities, and call in to the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Doug and I were at Steve Schmidt Kia of North County last night. What a wonderful group of people. I
Yeah.
legitimately enjoyed my afternoon there.
Yeah, great people there. Yeah, got a great business there. Wonderful Kia dealership. Selling cars like hotcakes up there.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Matt, the
was a fun
namesake,
time.
we sat there and had a good conversation with him.
He said his dad's been in the car business since 1927.
His great-grandfather.
Yeah, that's right. The great-grandfather. Yeah. Imagine selling cars in 1927.
How about that? Yeah, I think they said they partnered. I don't know which company. I mean, there were only two, I think, at the time. In 1929, and it was like what would look like a gas station now.
Yeah.
That's what the car dealership looked like then.
I'm sure most people buying cars were getting the first one they ever had.
Model Ts?
Well, I think he said they sold Chevrolets. Model Ts were Fords, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a Studebaker?
I don't know that a Studebaker is a Chevy, is it?
I don't know. I probably had one at one point.
You had a Studebaker.
I've had some crap cars.
Yeah, Mike O'Shea, the GM, our sales manager, great guy, and loyal listener of the program.
Yeah.
And really met some good people up there. And Doug, you saw I had 10 sandwiches that was given to me
Right.
by the good people of Man's Meats.
I gangstered one of them.
Did you?
Yes, it was very good.
And I had heard about it. As a South Sider, we're not privy to some of like the pizza places and barbecue places that North Siders have love for. There's a couple of North Side pizza places that North Siders will swear by. Fracci's, is that one of them? Am I right on this? I know this might, to you North Siders, this might sound like blasphemy that I don't know it, but I mean, as a South City guy, we're not like, oh no, let's drive up a half hour and pick up a pizza. We have our things, but Man's Meats, man, that is no joke. Man Meats, the pulled pork. How do you do?
Yeah, how do you do
I had a
pulled
feast.
pork? Yeah, it was good.
Doug, did you enjoy some man meat?
Yeah, he slings a lot of man meat in that region.
Dude, the pictures of the building that Man Meat has is sweet. It's
Well,
like
he's just he's a
like an
great
A-frame
guy.
a little bit.
Isn't Sweet Meat the name of the Casey
That's
mascot?
correct.
Yeah.
Man, this food looks good.
Oh,
sign him
so
up.
good. He's a great guy. You know, he had that fire yesterday over in Madison, Illinois. And he drove his school bus, which was out at Steve Schmidt Kia. He drove it over there to give the firefighters sandwiches, just out of the kindness of his heart. He's just a really good guy. I enjoyed talking with him. There was that tornado in Mayfield, Kentucky. Drove the bus down there to give first responders, National Guard, and of course the people who were displaced food. Cooked because he's got a smoker in the back of that school bus. Cooked 10 pork butts on the way down there, and then just gave it away. He's just a unique, really good guy. I enjoyed getting a chance to talk with him and being out at Steve Schmidt Kia, North County yesterday. Good people there.
It's amazing how good things usually happen to good people like that.
Really good guy.
Yeah.
We had the pulled pork. Yeah, they had burgers and pulled pork.
Does he have a regular location where people can go find the bus, or you just kind of drive around?
Yeah, Florissant, I thought was one of them, or at least the one I looked
It's
at.
at 300 St. Ferdinand in Florissant. And then he, of course, drives a bus around. Bob Manicky. Great guy. Man Meats. So that was cool. And I enjoyed doing that yesterday. And it was good to talk with people. Street team is out there. Josh.
Oh, they're always legit.
Josh and Cheyenne were the two reps from the Hubbard Street team. Josh is interviewing Learn for his show today.
Yeah, he was able to get her. And she seemed happy to appear with him.
Would you talk to Learn?
No, I talked to him.
I saw Learn yesterday.
What show is Josh doing?
Josh has his own show. He's an aspiring broadcaster, so he started his own thing on YouTube. Tip
Oh,
my
yeah.
cap to him.
Good for him.
Yeah. Doug and I said, yeah, you really want to get into broadcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it your one and only job.
She took a shot at me yesterday.
Learn took a shot at you?
Oh, no.
On Casey?
She's just having fun like everybody else. But I put up a picture of my scallops and spinach
Oh, good.
with my Alfredo sauce, and she responded, "Did you steal that plate from Ponderosa back in the 90s? I still have my glass see-through plates that I use. Look like a salad plate. That's what I have. I responded, no, I think I got it on sale at Venture,
Oh, Venture, yeah.
which she won't get because she would have been like 9 when that
Probably wasn't
closed down.
born, when there was Venture
So
stores.
anyway, she was just having fun. I'm just
Sure
kidding.
she was.
Oh, people are telling me it's Peroni's. Peroni's.
I don't get North either, so.
That's a nice pizza.
Steve
That's very
Schmidt
good.
Key is right up there off Dunn Road in 270. Convenient.
sponsor the phone lines, and all the ladies are calling in right now.
Yep.
No.
Begging to go private.
Not begging to go.
Yeah, we have to get in line.
You know, the show could potentially create an OnlyFans account, because that would be the easiest way to, because you can actually go private on that website.
Can you?
And so
On the OnlyFans website?
Yeah, you could set it up like on a Mevo with, you know, the
What's that?
OnlyFans, like the camera, so you could.
Iggy doesn't have a camera.
Well, I'm saying in the back corner in the
we've got
cuck
one
area where
here.
there's a blind
Oh,
spot.
that's right.
I really don't need a camera. I mean, I'm on my computer enough to check email if I'm at home and
go private.
Porn.
I thought you needed a camera for this Lisa Ann.
I do, but other than that, I don't need a camera or anything.
Couldn't you do it from your phone?
She doesn't do it over the phone. She says the one thing I don't do is I don't do phone.
Do you have a laptop
blame her.
computer?
Right, but you could use your camera from your phone.
But I would be on my phone. She just said she doesn't do any phone camera stuff. It's all computer and it's Chrome something or other.
But you could use your phone to get on the Chrome meeting, and then the camera would still get your picture.
What I'm saying is that she doesn't do anything over camera phones. It's got to be on a computer, laptop, whatever. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm an idiot when it comes to this stuff, so I just said
gonna be
I
fine.
don't have a
You're
camera.
a prince, and it's going to be fine.
I don't have a camera on my computer.
Are you appearing on her show?
She asked me to be on her podcast.
How about that?
When? What time?
Yeah,
She
when
said,
is
"What's good
this?
for you?" And I said, "I'm going to have to ask Jackson first. Not today.
For permission?
No, I have to ask Jackson if I can,
Most likely you're going to be using my laptop.
or a computer in here, or one of the other computers in one of the podcast studios.
What is the
somewhere.
angle?
I don't know. I didn't ask her what do you want to talk about.
So you are going to be her guest on her podcast?
Yeah.
Mets and Phillies in action tonight with Syndergaard on the hill. We told you Bruce is at first base. Let me just send something to Bill for a second, then I'll be with you.
Well, Jackson, you may know what she's talking about. I don't know anything about computers. I really don't. I'm dumb. So I'll just tell you what she
I
said.
gotta write it down.
No, let's know what she said.
Okay.
What'd she say?
Oh, she was just actually the flyer that she put out. She said she sent it to you. Nice flyer promoting.
She did, yeah. She was
Promoting
touting it.
Fantasy Football Fridays with
We
TMA.
reposted it.
Then it says, I have a question for you. Would you be interested in being a guest on my podcast, At Least an Experience? I record using Zencaster, which requires Chrome browser and can't be conducted by phone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know what Zencaster is, and
I assume it's just
Chrome
like
browser.
other live stream.
that's what it's not. My
websites.
response was
All
not
right.
sure what that is.
Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff, feels like he's picking up a reed. Says, just keep talking about this, and maybe the magical HD2 fairy who brought the kill switch for the mic will swing by with a webcam for you. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack. and his
No, I don't
husband,
want a
Demoff.
webcam.
I'm telling you, this is the move, right? This is the new business model.
No, I don't
So we're
want
going private with the listeners,
Right.
and then we're talking about things we need so much so
That's
that
the
they
payoff.
give in,
Yeah.
and they show up in the building and hand it to us and walk away in disgust.
As quickly as they arrived, he was gone again.
You don't need a
Handsome
webcam.
stranger.
There's so many
He
different
sounded
things
tall.
to do. You can do Zoom. You can do FaceTime. You know, there's all kinds of ways to have phone sex.
I was wondering where you were going to go with
I
that.
think the best part about the
I was
guy
careful
dropping
what I
it
said.
off was he wasn't doing it because he loved the show or
No.
to be nice.
Yeah.
He was doing it because he was so annoyed
Yep.
and didn't even want to fraternize with Jackson.
not,
Just
not even for a second.
just
As soon
gave
as
it
he
to him
handed it
and
to me,
just-
he was back in the elevator.
that's classic.
He rode in from the west.
He's pissed.
Mysterious stranger. And he had a gift.
Well, at least we're using
Suddenly
that.
he was gone again.
We had the listener that gave us the 360 machine that we just ignored until it got stolen.
Yeah.
Randy Character uses a 360 machine.
Yeah, he does. He brings his own in.
They play drops?
Yeah, he puts in drops and audio pieces in there.
He runs his own board.
No, I mean, Rock still runs the board, but he puts his own little things in there. Randy's the man.
Yeah, Randy's great.
Any character. You having a treat, bro?
Yeah, I just got done with a huge donut.
Boy, that donut looked good, too. It's chocolate covered.
and bomb. And now on to the crumb cake. So
You can warm up some scallops for the 8 o'clock break, Doug.
yeah,
I'd
do
like
it,
to do it
Dad.
and bring him in here.
Yeah, but
Shut the door quickly.
Right.
You can just marinate into that.
I said on the cooking show last night, today, I may just for the hell of it, I made 8 o'clock, I may just throw a few scallops in that microwave.
Why
and
not?
Warm them up just to get a nice scent
Aroma
going through. We haven't done that in a while.
No.
Actually,
shake things up in the building.
We haven't done that since I think our second day. Well, you did it. I didn't.
Well, I can't hardly smell anything. So for me to complain about fish, I think, what are you talking about? There's no smell here. Apparently, the rest of the building could smell it just fine.
They were good.
We were at the weed store. Excuse me. And
Putting out a cigarette.
yeah, nice, Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And like, you know, I don't really typically go to them because, you know, in Colorado there's so many of them. So we went in there, and the new thing they do is like they open up the jar, and they take this like seriously this huge fan, like, you know, hand fan, and we'll put it by your nose, and then quickly waft the
so you can
fan.
smell it?
Yeah, and I thought that was a little strange. And I thought of all the ways you could do dirty stuff with that fan. Like in terms of like when you fart, like you can waft it into a Dutch oven. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. She brought it out, and I did not know how to react. I wanted to act like I've seen it before, but I'm like,
She was trying to appear to be high class.
Very much so, highbrow, high class for sure.
So they could charge you extra for it. Stop that.
I almost told her I'm good. I can smell it from here.
Yeah. Well, so you
Sorry to
stopped into
hijack,
you
but-
stopped into a lot of stores while you were out there, did you?
No, they're just two, but just hanging out in downtown Denver. There's a lot of stuff to do, and you just want to pop in.
Yeah.
That's just legal, though. You can just go to
100%.
any store. You don't have to have a medical marijuana card or anything.
No, pop in, show your ID, and you're good. It's cool. It's just fun to, like, you know, kind of see those types of things.
Huh.
It's in Missouri. It's all medical, so.
Did I see where they're putting that on the November ballot to
It is on the
legalize?
November ballot. That is correct, sir. That is correct, sir.
What about the sports betting? Is that done? Is that good to go or
For the
no?
time being.
So sad.
God, it's so ridiculously stupid. It makes zero sense.
I still have a bookie.
Who's your bookie?
You gonna do a live read for him?
I don't think he wants his name out there, no.
Who's your bookie?
Shark.
Just like a guy I've known for a long time. Used to bowl with him, and he was a bookie.
Will he have your legs broken if you don't pay up?
No, I don't bet enough to have my legs broken. We just meet every couple of weeks somewhere for a drink, and either he owes me money, I owe him money. And, you know, I don't bet a ton.
Yeah. Does he have enforcers, though, if you should fall
Yeah,
on
I'm
hard
sure
times?
if I got in trouble, he'd probably break an arm.
You can meet a lot of connections when you're bowling in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Some real characters hanging out at the lanes.
The lanes.
I think I may just come by your office tomorrow, and, you know, you'll just be sitting there having a good time, and I may just break your effing head.
Oh,
And then just about the time you get out of the hospital, I'm going to come break your effing head again. I think that was Casino. Joe Pesci and the...
oh.
Like you say Pesci or Pecci?
I used to say Joe Pesci. I don't know if it's right, but that's how I say it.
Joe Pesci.
It's funny that the guy who was always a tough guy was about, 5'4", about 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Little banty rooster.
Everybody
That was
afraid
a
of
tough
him, and
guy.
he looked like a little midget compared to the guys he was trying to bounce.
Talked a good game, though.
Boy, he stabbed that guy with a pen right in the neck.
You
That
got
was
him.
a-
You got him. Nicky Santoro
It's a
done.
really gross moment.
Nicky Santoro. Stephen Wildwood says, I left a mic drop for Randy, but they played it on the fast lane instead last week. Did you ever get that audio, Jackson?
No, I got to talk to Marcy Marsh and the Funky Bunch to see if I can grab that, what day it was and what time around. If anyone knows on the text line, if they know what day it was and around
And they were
the time.
confused by it?
Get that. Well, I assume.
Did they not like play
You've
it
heard
before?
them.
They play their mic drops raw without listening. That's a dangerous.
No,
game.
they
Oh, okay.
Marshall listened to it. It's a dangerous game to start playing mic drops without listening beforehand.
Yes. Touch my belt, Bill.
Touch my
That one didn't need. That was good the second it came in.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was a fantastic one.
And Steve, if you want to play our match tomorrow, I think I'm playing tomorrow with Mr. Smith.
Wow, you'll have $400 on the line then. 200 and 200?
Well, I'm not playing Mr. Smith for money.
Oh.
He just asked me if I want to play Friday. I said, yeah, we'll play.
He's going to try to recruit you into the swingers scene.
And he said, ask Jackson or Plowsy if they want to play, and
I want to play.
Brings like a little swinger pamphlet.
you're in.
What about the lifestyle?
Play about 1:30. So Jackson's in. Plowsy if you want to play. Cletus
What
will play.
about the lifestyle?
Can we go earlier?
Friday may be good for me actually.
He's in the lifestyle. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Is he going to try to recruit you?
No.
I just think that'd be hilarious to bring that a pamphlet.
I mean, he
Just,
knows
look,
if-
I'm not going to shove
Right.
it down your throat the whole time, but I just want to show you this.
And if you can get some of your friends to join also, he'll be making money on all of it.
You can do the gold member, but you
Right.
can get to that platinum and then the diamond.
Multi-level marketing swingers.
See, I'm more into this. I'm more into the strangers. I mean, I know this. I know Mr. Smith, so it'd be weird doing a threesome with them, who I'm friends with.
Interesting.
Just like some of the beach loafers. A couple of them said, "How come we've never had a threesome with you?"
Clip that off.
And I,
It's too much. My hand hurts.
I said because
It's like over dinner.
because no, we were sitting at the pool one day. They said, "You know, me and Kevin were just thinking that day. How come Iggy has never been with us?"
Me and Kevin.
No, that's his-
Wait.
that's her husband.
They said this?
Who wants to be
that's-
Kevin? in
That's
the
her.
text
That's her
box?
husband. I said, me and
Swinger
Kevin were talking last night. How come Iggy? We've never had Iggy with us.
I can't.
I said, because even if you ask me, we're too good of friends. We've been together in this group for many
yeah,
years.
you
That he
were
know, I
for
would feel
years.
weird because I know you too well.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it with strangers, but
What's the like cutoff? Like when does a stranger become a friend?
well, it depends if we hang out. I've been hanging out. I would hang out with them for 2 weeks every year for like 10 years.
Yeah, you did.
And then we talk during the year.
Chit-chat. Yeah.
There was just somebody I met, and we went and had a drink, and we met a couple of times. That's still strangers.
Well,
Did you
that's
take
not
Wet
paid
Pink?
for.
Where is Wet Pink? So I
I
think
haven't heard that one.
Mr. Smith knows.
An
well.
answer to a trivia question at the trivia night at St. Gabriel's.
Yeah, I should
Who would
have
have
done-
thought that would have been blasted in the gymnasium? The answer to question 7 is, of course, Wet Pink.
And people actually knew it.
Echoing in the gym.
Yeah.
Pink.
Grade school.
Guys, this never happened. That comes from Kevin.
Well, it did happen to a couple. And another couple asked me that. I said, because
Well, everybody wanted you.
we
no
know
doubt.
each other too well.
When you talk like this, you're going to get a lot of invitations to go private here before the end of the show.
Iggy might
I'm
get
out.
the most.
I'm out of that business.
You're out of the business of going private? It's easy money.
Oh, I go in
No.
completely naked in private.
Oh, you would.
If you guys can't see me, yeah.
Lived down the last one.
Maybe do a Manscaped ad while you're in there.
That
I
would
know.
be
That's about it all.
hilarious, dude.
But I don't know. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. That's where you can go private with us. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. And, Doug, I've got it 95 calories and 2.6 grams
That's all
of
there
carbs.
is.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
You
not
can
bad.
have a nice Michelob Ultra while you're out there shaving strokes. Iggy, this weather is just glorious.
It is.
Where are we, in San Diego here, Peter?
I mean, it was a little chilly this morning when I got up and sat on the patio for a few minutes.
It's 70 degrees right now.
Yeah, it was. I was smoking a cigarette this morning. It's like, God, it's chilly out here.
And look
We're
at
going to have
it.
a high in the 90s between now and next Saturday, according to the app. And listen, your forecast is the one that I lean on, but this is phenomenal. And only one day of precipitation is next Tuesday, 60% chance of showers. Doug, I mean, did we move to Southern California here?
No, we get about a week of this a year.
Dude, I got this in my, like, when we were out west, you guys got hit with like 100, so I have been blessed. But this weather is tremendous. Look at it outside, Doug. It literally looks perfect outside.
This is kind of what much of September
Yeah.
is like usually.
Every
That's
day.
our
Get
best
this in
month.
mid-August.
Yeah, but this is like the second week of August, which
Crazy.
could be in the hundreds. Yeah, this is Chamber of Commerce weather here the next week.
I like it.
I'm going to enjoy it by playing as much golf as possible.
Are you?
You gonna shave some strokes? You gonna get that number down, or you gonna move it up a little?
I don't do anything on purpose. I just play, and whatever the number is, I put in there.
Look at that, Doug.
Some
Man of
people-
honor.
Some people
Man of
don't.
integrity.
Some people don't put in bad scores and only put their good scores in.
Vanity
Someone does
caps.
Vanity cap, and some people sandbag.
Sandbag.
I just go play golf. I didn't put my scores in from Monday, or when do we play? Is it Monday?
Doug, when was that?
The media
I
day?
don't know when you played.
Whatever. Tuesday, the media day. Because there were holes that if I was out of the hole, I was hitting like 4 and they're up on the green and 2, I just pick up. I'm not going to help our score, so I just picked up.
Pace of play guy.
Yeah.
Doug, you want to guess Nolan Arenado's handicap?
Oh, I bet he's
4.8.
maybe a 2.
3.1.
I'm going to say 3.5.
He's a 3.5. Iggy studies handicaps.
Oh,
He
really?
plays with him.
No, I think we mentioned it a couple weeks ago on the show.
And he hasn't had it around since. Joe Buck's handicap, anybody? Fire a bullet?
He's really good. Really good.
I'm still going to say 4.1.
I'll say he's a 2.
2.8.
2.6. Jackson overbid, so Doug won. You can't overbid.
Mazel tov, Doug.
Man, that
Steph Curry, anybody want to guess?
Oh, he is
1.5.
Yeah, he's almost. I think scratch maybe.
Is he?
I think he's over 2.8.
I'll say 3.
He is a plus handicap.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Plus
Yeah,
he-
0.2.
Dude,
He's sick.
Iggy, you should check out some videos.
Oh, I know he's gotten good, but God, I remember like 5-6 years ago when he started playing in that celebrity thing. He was like a 9.
Larry David.
15.
18.
Now I'm going to say 17.
12.
Plowhawk wins, 13.3.
Oh.
I mean, basketball
I'd
players.
play him
I
for
follow
money.
all these guys' handicaps because I'm an absolute nerd.
I'd
That's
play him for
fine.
I'm
money.
just scrolling through the Gin app right now. They don't do this on Grid.
What's
Well,
Barkley?
yeah, because
What's
nobody's-
Barkley at?
I don't follow.
Have you
I
seen
don't know
his
where
move?
he would be.
Arizona, probably.
He's in Arizona.
Yeah, he got the. He
He lives
the,
in Phoenix.
the hitch gone.
It's not terrible.
Nagel is a current
No.
plus 7.4 to give you an idea of that operation. Sweet mother.
I would play
who's
Barkley
number
for
one
money.
in the world right now?
I wonder if you can get that information. Would it be Scheffler? It's probably not, but that's not based on handicap though.
Cameron Smith is number 2 in the world, I just saw, right? And who would be ahead of him?
Shuffler. Yep.
And so what would his handicap be?
See if he's in there.
Plus 8,
Plus
maybe?
9 at least.
Guess he'd be in Texas. What did Tiger get to when he got it as absolute like 2,000 when he was?
Like plus 12.
Yeah, he was like getting like 15, 20 under a tournament.
He is not listed in Texas. Brad Faxon's in there in Florida. He's plus 4.
Accent's still a plus.
Yeah, I mean, even if he can't hit the ball like he used to, he still putts it better than damn near anybody in the world. Doug, he can roll the rock. You like that phrase, roll the rock?
I don't mind it.
Nice, awesome.
Gosh, I can't roll the rock at all. I just assume it's going to be a 3-putt on every green.
Do you really?
I just assume it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
My thing is like I could be like 10 feet and I'm like, okay, I need to get this cliff for a 2-putt instead of like I'm just gonna drain it. And I think that's like the beginner players kind of have that feeling of I don't want to blow this up to a 4-putt.
I start out every round thinking, well, I'm at 54 with just putts. I better be pretty good tee to green.
Wow, Wainwright is in there. I didn't know he was a member where he's a member. Doug, you want to guess Adam Wainwright's handicap?
Oh,
if this is the Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say he's a 2.
Is he a member at Peebly?
3.5.
Remember where he wants to be, I'm sure.
Probably.
They give you a firebolt.
He used to be around 1. I'm going to say 1.8.
3.4. You won because Jackson overbid, even though it was by
I said
0.1.
2.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. You win. You
Yeah,
collect
I
the
won
pot.
that one, yeah.
Baseball players can do
Maybe-
awkward like movements. So
So it's
like
being a
golf,
starting pitcher, you basically don't have to do anything 4 out of 5 days.
Yeah. And you're an athlete at a whole different level from the regular guy.
if like as weird as golf swings feel when you're doing it right, those guys probably are used to, that weird, awkward feeling of like a swing. So
The difference is, though, like with hockey and baseball, is an uppercut to get the ball up in the air. Hockey is similar to golf, where you have to hit down on it to make it go up. So hockey players, I feel like, naturally are just better golfers.
Here's a hockey player for you. Walter Tkachuk. Fire a bullet.
1.5.
5.
0.5.
The
3.4.
10.1.
10.
10?
Yep.
Guy plays every day.
He's kind of big.
He, I saw him before playing one time, and we were about the same. And at the time, I was a 7. And we were going to go out there because he was yelling at me for pace of play.
He yelled at a lot of people.
Dirtbag, pick it up. How many practice swings you need?
Oh, I'd leave a bunch of Pro V1s in the course if I could chuck behind me, drinking,
You'd let him
yelling.
frighten you?
Oh, my God.
So he's a stick, eh?
You can have the course.
Why don't you let him play through?
He's a stick, eh?
Guy, Scheffler is a grit guy. That's from the Limster. Yeah, that's why I couldn't find Scheffler. He's on grit.
So is Barkley.
Yeah, he couldn't play in our tournament. Fan Page Club
Can you
Championship.
imagine
Sorry, a round mound of rebound. Get lost.
Scotty Scheffler went to get in the tournament? Nah,
No,
we don't take
I don't
grant.
think
We did
so.
last year. You could have played last
You
year
don't qualify.
for this event.
Not for this one. No, maybe find something else. Not here. No, sir.
Guys, just checked Dog the Bounty Hunter's handicap on the Grint, and he's a +3. Thanks.
Oh, is he?
No, what? No.
No, there's no way. I don't even think he played golf.
That's so funny. There's no way. He tackled so many people. No way he has the shoulders for that. And, yeah.
They show him tackling people?
I mean,
He
his
doesn't do
job.
anything. He doesn't do anything. He runs and says, "Get him, Leland."
Yeah, but
That's
in
his
his
son. He lets his son do all the work.
Yeah, but in his prime, you feel like Dog the Bounty Hunter in his prime
Yeah.
was like Hulk Hogan meets
Dog
like
the Bounty
Stone.
Hunter?
What? Oh, it probably, yeah. It was a really popular show, basically just of a guy that, went out and caught criminals and had bounties on them, and it was just a fun story.
Kind of a loudmouth Hoosier fellow.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cop?
The kids were super Hoosier. I don't know
Bounty hunter.
he wasn't a cop.
The bounty hunter.
Yeah,
Vigilante.
Yeah.
I interviewed him and his wife from Colorado.
Can we say any name that you don't say? I interviewed him.
It'd be hard. Unless they're really big stars.
That's where it gets you.
I don't get them.
No.
No, it was fun. I was talking to him, and he goes, I got to go do something real quick. Talk to Beth. And then I talked to his wife for 15 minutes.
Yeah, Beth was nice.
She's actually good people.
No, good people.
Passed away probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago. That was a hard one to watch because they brought back the bounty hunter, I think on A&E maybe. They brought it back, and Beth got cancer. And the last 3 episodes were her in the hospital, dying.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
And they showed that. That was the whole premise of the last 3 episodes. I said, God, I don't want to watch this.
No.
Sad. But I used to love his shows. They were all fake pretty much, but
You knocked out a lot of episodes.
yeah, he did. So that's Dog the Bounty Hunter, Jackson.
God bless.
Fauzi, what is it now that you're eating? What is that?
Oh, I got a little bag of saltwater taffy and some Charleston.
Oh, God.
Charleston chew. Like we're busting them
You
out.
going to eat all that candy today?
Nah. I saved a bit of honey for at home.
Ugh. Bit of
Oh,
honey.
this looks awful.
Get some blackjacks, too.
Doug's face.
Oh, just a bag of candy. God.
It's like a 4-year-old on Halloween.
Just had the crumb cake and the donut.
Yeah. Aren't you getting filled up?
Not even close.
I had to warm up a scallop afterwards. So, yeah,
little scallywag.
have something nice.
Yeah.
Nobody actually mind that.
Yeah. Why don't you have one?
I don't know if I have enough time during our break to.
I'm gonna
get a
warm one up
scallop
and bring one.
brewing.
I'm gonna warm one up and bring one in here.
Okay.
There it is. We will close out the Mug and Ass St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Send your emails in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, which comes your way in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. The Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour is coming up next from the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design Air Heating and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design Air Heating and Cooling and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service second to none. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, the HomeLoanExpert.com. Man, Ryan, the home buying market is competitive as all get out right now.
You need every leg up you can get. You need every advantage you can get, and that's what we give you at the HomeLoanExpert.com. We have a 10-day closing guarantee. That's right, 10 days. If that doesn't make your offer stand out, not sure what will. We also have lower rates, over a quarter point lower than the national average. We don't just talk about low rates, we have them. And at the HomeLoanExpert.com, we have programs for almost anybody. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? The HomeLoanExpert.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
I'm a lemon, he's a lemon, she's a lemon, we're all lemmings. Wouldn't you like to be a lemming too?
Yep, you're a lemming, so get ready to lem it up. The Ryan Kelly Morning After presents the return of the Lemmings Open, September 23rd at Normandy Golf Club. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Get your foursome together and join Tim, Doug, Iggy, Action Jackson, and the Plowhawk for a day out on the course. Tickets are $85 a person and include golf, all your Mich Ultra beer, plus breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch, and after-party food from Uncle Leo's Pizza. The Dotem tournament sold out in 3 minutes, so be ready when these go on sale starting Monday, August 22nd at 8 a.m. at TMASTL.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Megan Meyer Foundation. The return of the Lemmings Open, brought to you by Munganast, Acura, and Toyota. Better than ever for you, their customer. Get in on the golf so you can be a lemming too.
105.7 HD2. The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Oh, we're getting Los Lonely Boys without Iggy in the studio. Doug, he wasn't able to get back for the start of the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour.
He's on assignment.
It's a banger.
Well, puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really, really does.
We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After, 105.7 HD2 FM, Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, the TMA app, download it, TMASTL, your app store. And, of course, join in a very hot, naughty chat on YouTube. I mean, you're sitting at home. If you're working from home, you just go to YouTube on your television, type in TMA, subscribe. 4,200 people have. And you can sit there and you can watch us. You know, have breakfast. It was like breakfast at Wimbledon. Remember that, Doug? Breakfast at Wimbledon.
I do, yeah, with Bud Collins. You know, Dick Enberg and Bud Collins.
That's what this is, Breakfast with TMA.
Right, and there is a Go Private function now on the YouTube channel.
That's correct, where you can go private with us.
Oh,
eggs and
legs. Might be in
legs.
a private session.
Eggs and legs.
That's right.
How would Tommy react? Like, okay, scratch the OnlyFans idea. We're wanting to go private
That's cool.
with listeners on air.
I think it's a fine idea.
Doug, I received this email at 6:50 this morning. I guess I should qualify this with all due respect. I legitimately have no idea who Rob McElhenney is. MFer stole your work way back to early 2022. Clip starts 52 seconds in. The 20 years thing was spot on, I believe. Just sub TV for radio, and I think a joke about your mom. I guess technically the clip starts at 0, but pertinent past part starts at 52 or so seconds. Are you Rob McElhenney? Dude looks like Lars Nootbaar. You did recently take time off. Do you like Nootbaar? You have a hat on in this thing. I don't know, either way. Ajax still down for slap and tickle sesh?
What?
Wife doesn't have to know. Keep up the good work, and then leaves a phone number.
He wants to go private desperately.
This dude loves cocaine.
Yeah.
And I love how the actual clip starts at 0 seconds. Like, no, we get how videos work.
I have no idea. No idea what the hell that's about.
I love that, though.
Rob McElhenney is Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Him and Ryan Reynolds own a soccer team, and I get there's a good documentary coming out.
There is. It's coming up on Netflix. I guess this guy has to be a 101 guy because Randy Character calls Jackson Ajax. I don't believe he's ever been called that on what is a much bigger station, obviously, 105.7 HD2. And so this guy has to be a 101 listener. And you said, Plowhawk, that he loves cocaine?
It just like run-on sentences. He's super amped up about something that really doesn't make any sense. The video starts at 0 seconds. It's all.
Sometimes you get messages where people clearly have talked their text and didn't give the punctuation with it.
I don't think this is the one,
so it's just
though.
one long paragraph.
I don't think this is an email, by the way.
Yeah.
It's before 7 a.m. You better not be doing that.
You can still talk an email, right?
Probably.
Yeah, but that early you should be penning an email at your study or something.
Your study.
Don't say
a lot of our
penning.
listeners
Don't say
study.
penning an
Wood
email.
paneled.
You can get involved on the show texting in Engineer Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5 314-881 TMA5, and many of the listeners certainly participate in the show by texting in. Why don't you join in the fun and games? EDF's Fire Division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire systems on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com, and they'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. Call into the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. It looks like Doug's Glue Guzzler's calling in. Is that correct, Jackson?
Is he?
He claims he's calling.
His wife's on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of dresses like John Rahm.
How's that? Golf shirt?
When I saw him at the Dotem, I said, "Is that John Rahm?" He said, "No, I'm Doug's Glue Guzzler." Oh, nice.
Now, what does John Rahm wear?
He had the tightest pants on tour outside of JT. Him, Zalatoris, and JT
Tight
had that.
pants look uncomfortable to play golf in, don't they?
Rahm,
What if you want to show off your hog?
yeah, he's built like a god.
John Rahm?
Yeah.
He's a little bit chunky, isn't he?
Well, I mean, honestly, if I were...
You like him
He's
heavy?
a pro athlete. I don't think I would
Yeah.
describe him as anything other than athletic, but I wouldn't necessarily call him a god.
Oh, I think he's very, very attractive and probably does well for himself down there.
Well, he's married with a child.
Well, I meant down there.
You always thought Brooks Koepka was well hung.
Oh, I didn't think. I know. You
How would you
tell.
know?
You can just tell.
It's interesting. One of Jackson's links this morning, Doug, is an article saying you can tell how good a man is in bed by his personality type. What in the hell just came in here? It smells like
a scallop.
Oh,
it's
he has cooked a scallop.
It's death.
Oh man,
take it out.
Yeah, I gotta veto this. That's just
oh God, it does.
I don't smell. Oh, now I smell it. Yeah.
What did I do?
Oh, it's rank.
If that comes anywhere near the studio right now,
The Horton Watkins studio is locking its door.
I'm putting my foot up against the
God almighty, Doug.
Plowsy left. Plowsy just he couldn't handle it.
God.
I put it in the kitchen.
It smells like prom.
Yeah, it's going to smell that way for a while, too. Where'd you put it, Plowsy's back now. Where'd you put it?
I put it back in the... Ooh, man.
God almighty, what just happened?
And you can tell in the kitchen, I do believe his name is Joe, our video guy. He opened the microwave.
Not happy about the development?
Oh,
I wouldn't say
We're about to lose more equity here.
He's never not happy. The dude's always happy.
Yeah, he is. Did that even rattle him?
I think he was disappointed.
No, he was in there when I took it out. I said,
Clip that off.
just have some fun with the risotto show.
It just kind of smells like regret.
Regrets.
I don't know. I love the smell of scallops.
Iggy is actually the worst. That's from Johnny Cakes.
You're not in here, Johnny Cakes.
Did you burn it a little bit? Did you cook it too long?
No. Cook it. I just put it in the microwave.
There is that Febreze spray.
Do we have a spray we can use?
Yeah, I'll spray you, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
After I destroyed that bathroom, they put that nice spray in there.
Actually,
Have you and Casey had a conversation?
Oh, she hates me. You could just tell she's not a fan. I don't blame her.
I saw her in the kitchen, too, but she left before I put the scallop in.
Oh, she sees me in the morning, and you can
She
tell.
was in there when you did it?
No, she left before I put the scallop in.
No, Jackson's got his hood up over his nose.
You can't smell it. How can you smell it in your studio?
Oh, you just sprayed my laptop. Yeah.
Did you eat
Spray
any of
some
it,
over
Plowsy?
here.
What's up?
Did you eat any of it?
I didn't have time. I was in my socks, for one. I got my shoes off. So
Would that get rid of the smell if you just ate it all real quickly?
I didn't want John Kiowski to, see
Did you
that.
just put that back in the microwave?
No, I put it back in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
So now there's just going to be a scallop on a plate in the refrigerator.
For the fourth.
Jackson, can you get a picture of that and put it on our social media?
Joe may have already trashed it. I feel like there was a look when I did it that he knew that was not going to stay in that fridge long term.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, you know who microwaves fish? Serial killers. Thanks. That's from the 314. Iggy is like a stray cat bringing in dead things for attention.
I told Posey
That's
I'd bring
from
him
Buzz.
in.
I feel like we're in a beautiful lavender flower patch, but there's a dead raccoon somewhere in the background because you can smell it.
Because if it's in the hallway, we might need to bolt and go with the best of.
I think it's fine.
And hide out because all hell could break loose again for us.
Oh, come on.
Come on, guys.
Learn warmed up halibut and Brussels sprouts.
The Brussels are
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the Brussels are worse
fine.
than any fish you can heat up. Brussels sprouts are the worst smelling dish.
Yeah, they can be if you don't cook them.
Then again, Learn has equity, unlike me. So.
Who is microwaving scallops to eat mid-show? That's from Scissor Me Timber.
Oh, my God.
Doug's Glue Guzzler
What are you
not happy.
smelling? You're in
Answer
your
the phone,
studio.
Jackson. That's from Doug's Glue Guzzler.
Well, I came into the studio to spray Febreze, and the whole hallway stinks.
Oh, no.
No, it doesn't.
The kitchen actually smells like an aquarium.
You can't even smell it.
Go in the kitchen.
You can't even smell it in here anymore.
It's like the penguin pen at the zoo, Doug.
That's exactly.
We'll take the Febreze in the kitchen then.
I did.
If you could.
I don't know
Donnie
if the-
Fandango's not happy.
The Febreze.
What's he doing here so early?
He's got a show in
I love how it's
2 hours.
8:15 and we have
2
to
hours.
eliminate a fish smell from the microwave. That's when you know we're eating healthy, Doug.
Well, it was Donnie Fandango that called out Learn
On
for
Twitter,
warming up
yeah.
the halibut and the Brussels sprouts.
It was just one scallop. What if you cooked all 10 of them or so? How bad would
Well, we'd probably be fired. Well, I'd be fired. Yeah.
I love how you brought
Now
it in.
I have my sandwich in there in the fridge. Now it might be contaminated.
I got a sandwich in there.
100% you can smell it in there. And Joe, videographer, is still in there. And I say, oh, you can smell it in here. He goes, yeah, and everybody's thrilled. So we got a problem now.
Well,
I'm not mad at
Again,
Iggy,
I'm-
'cause
I am.
We took a 90-second break, and look at the damage you did.
well, mine was like 4 minutes. Again, I'm all
I
about.
think it might have been.
Again, I'm all about content. So that'll stir up some content for us.
Guys, that's the smell of a furlough coming. Thanks. That's from Clevie Wade.
From one experience, yes, you could smell it in a distance.
I'm going to guess there will be an email sent out today about warming things up in the microwave.
I mean, it's not like you dirtied it. Again, I'm trying to be on Iggy's side here. It does have a smell.
Well, there's a reason there's a microwave in there to warm up your food.
Sure.
I can't help it happen to be a scallop.
Doug's Glue Guzzler is on the line. The station
Nice.
at Kia, North Carolina. You know his wife's on OnlyFans. Good morning, Doug's Glue Guzzler.
Yeah, hey, a couple weeks ago, you guys were talking about White Castle.
Yeah, sure we were.
Plazzy, I really think that competition needs to be redone. I was drunk as a skunk last night from a concert, and I took down 10 burgers like it was my job.
It was just what time it was. 9 o'clock with that onion, and the buns were bigger than I anticipated.
Where'd you go, Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, where did you go?
We went and saw OAR and Dispatch.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Fourth time seeing OAR, actually. They're Mrs. DG and I's favorite band.
Nice.
I'll be darned.
But yeah, took 10 down, Plaza, no problem. Did you hear about that, Tim, that we had a White Castle competition while you were gone?
Oh, I'm sure he heard
Doug's
about
Glue
it.
Guzzler, you were in a White Castle competition? I knew
no.
about it just because I saw it
Lousy
pop
was.
up on social media. But I didn't know that you were in it, Doug's Glue Guzzler.
No, he
I
wasn't.
thought you keep your identity hidden.
Oh, he does. He's smart about that.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't a part of it. I was a part of it last night, but I took down the challenge.
You brought in the White Castle, didn't you?
No, that was
how was he
Andrew.
part of it?
No-Town.
Well, how was he part of it then?
No, he wasn't a part of it. He ate 10 White Castles after an OAR concert. I'm in the privy.
Oh, man, we've flown off the rails.
Hey, DGG, can you go
You just said
private-
you were part of it.
Can you go private on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do a live, and then you can. You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure if you can go one-on-one live.
Live, okay.
But you can do a live, and you can make it so you have to pay to get into the live. But I'm not sure how you would do one-on-one.
That would be
I think
fun.
most of the time people do that through you would do that through a different type of service, or possibly like Snapchat's really popular. Like if you're an OnlyFans model, you can make a Snapchat.
And they have like WhatsApp too, and those types of apps where you can kind of similar FaceTime. Okay.
Don't you do it with dudes pretending to be Mrs. Glue Guzzler?
I think that's just chatting, right? Via text, like dirty talk.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning we talked. I dipped my hands in some sexting with guys. Yeah.
Oh.
I think you have to take your account to that next level. So I respect it.
Anything new in your threesome scene?
Yeah. Did we talk about the golfer? Did we talk about that already?
Doug, we talked about John Rahm a few minutes ago and whether or not he was well hung.
I do get called John Rahm about every single time I go out on a golf.
you look like
I'm
him.
sure you do. Yeah. Why wouldn't
I went to the waste management, and these two ladies actually stopped me at a table. Beautiful lasses, not lads. And they go, "Hey, has anybody ever told you that you look like Brooks Koepka?" And I look back and I go, "Yeah, and I'm hung like him too."
Oh, did you say?
They didn't really get the joke though.
No.
What is the golfer story you're talking about?
Who did we talk? Yeah, me and Mrs. DGG, we took down a college golfer, a local college women's golfer.
You took her down.
Took down is a hell of a verb.
Yeah. And how did this play out? How did this happen?
That same thing. That she was on the app. God,
I gotta get on that app.
What app?
Foreplay on the app.
What is it? Like a threesome app, right?
Yep. It's called. We use the 3 Fun app.
Doug, 3 Fun.
So anyone on that app you'd have to think is down to clown, right? Like it's very promiscuous.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There's way more like couples than there is the single unicorn.
What is the ratio you think, Doug's Glue Guzzler?
Not good.
Is that right? Like the same of like male to female at a TMA Live?
It would be very, very similar ratios, yeah. Yeah, it would be.
So like the one single female pops up, like all the couples are all over right away, I guess?
Yeah, like, so, we've got that one friend from Kansas City. We still hook up with her commonly.
Yeah, she's legit. Doug's Glue Guzzler showed me a picture. Legit, man.
Oh, yeah, she's a beautiful woman, that's for sure.
Legitimately attractive lass. And she likes to
But
trip, man.
she has shown us, like if you're a single person on there, you truly, I think for them, once they find a couple or two, I think they hide their account because they just get bombarded on there.
Okay, and that's a local thing? Or you got to go nationwide?
No, it's definitely, you can download the app anywhere.
Oh.
No matter where you live.
Yeah.
That part of
I feel like it's Groundhog's Day right now.
Okay.
Every day.
All right. Well, we're still smelling scallop in here. Trying to overcome that.
Mr. GGG and I, we escahoed a college golfer together.
What does that mean?
Nice.
Well, we're like Eskimo bros, but she's not a bro. We're escahos.
Oh, that's cool.
Big time college or like Division III?
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you this, Iggy. I did question a lot about her golf game, and I did look her up on Gin. And you're definitely not going to beat her, but she's beatable. I'll tell you that.
You gonna tee it up with her?
A mid-80s.
You gonna tee it up with her?
We did not tee it up. Jackson, she ghosted us after one time.
Oh, no. Did you not perform well?
Obviously, it's a Mrs. DGG thing and not me because look at me.
Yeah. Couldn't possibly have been you.
So you don't think your wife performed well?
I mean, what else could it be?
Doug?
You put out like a cheese plate? Were you not hospitable?
How was your charcuterie board?
Yeah, how was the bathroom switch? Did you not clean up? That's usually an instant red flag for female.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't really pinpointed it. What made her ghost us? I'm not sure.
Did you engage in coitus with her?
Say that again?
Did you engage in coitus with her?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Wow, Doug, very confident answer.
Okay.
What is your wife doing when you're engaging with the other girl? What is your wife doing?
Most of the time, engaging on the other orifice.
Jack is home. Hello, Jack.
That's all I needed to hear.
How was work today?
I thought you'd be like on Etsy.
Yeah, that is kind of. I haven't been hashtag blessed as much as Doug's Glue Guzzler, but it's not a situation, at least in my experience, where the participant who is not active is like off to the side playing "Hey Diddle Diddle." I think that's more standard. Is that whoever is on the receiving end of your love is performing oral on the other friend of the feather down there at the other end of the
I believe
Davenport.
Tim's actually seen it live in action, if I recall correctly.
No, I have. I've been blessed, and I'm seeking it every day, and I live vicariously through your phone calls.
Well, no problem.
I'm still waiting for the password.
You want to just see their OnlyFans account?
Keep saying he's going to give it to me. Haven't seen.
You're third personing him. That's so passive aggressive.
We're in Groundhog's Day right now. Hey, Palsy, how was the drugs in Montana?
Oh, they were great, man. I don't remember much of anything outside of the beautiful views, and I think that's
really
key. Oh, it was phenomenal.
Well, I know the views are
that's
phenomenal,
good, yeah.
but you don't remember anything else?
I brought some joints, had some fun. I really enjoyed myself. My one vacation a year, so you gotta go out a little big. You gotta have.
Do you find your sexual experiences to be intensified when you're high, or are they approximately the same?
I think they're intensified. It's much more when you're like in an Airbnb or a different environment. You can kind of go a little bit more wild.
Okay.
You can ruffle the sheets a little more because you're not going to have to make it afterwards, Doug. It's really
It's like Matt Carpenter, just a change of scenery.
Oh, boy, that's a good way to think.
Yeah, I like it. So, yeah, a good change of scenery. And beautiful. Had the doors open as well. Kind of get that fresh breeze with that sunset.
We could use some of that in this studio right now.
And the air conditioning isn't working. I've turned it down to 60 degrees and it's not turning on. I think Hubbard is like penalizing us, and they've turned our air conditioning off for Iggy warming up the scallop.
They don't want the scallop to travel throughout the vent, so they're actually hotboxing us right now.
Giant Dutch oven in here.
Well, like I said, I took down 10 White Castles. Y'all just be thankful you're not in my car right now.
Yeah,
man.
So I gather you didn't have a threesome last night. That's usually a tell.
What, going to White Castles?
Yeah.
To tell that you didn't?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think any of the DDGs got a lot of action last night. We were drunk as a skunk.
Oh,
for sure.
Well, your wife seems like a good sport.
All right.
Where's the concert, brah?
Yeah, where was it?
It was. I can't keep up with the names of these places anymore. The new amphitheater by the
Music Park.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
Music Park. Sure, that one. Just a hop and a skip from you, Iggy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are over there. Music Park,
We'll make sure we'll send you an invite next time. Even though I've invited you to do a couple things, you never say yes. Same with you, Plowsy. You guys are like my fake friends.
Oh, damn. Doug, this is getting real.
Are you interested in Iggy joining you and your wife?
Yeah, nice question, Doug.
For one of your little get-togethers?
I think they're into women.
You don't want to ruin the friendship.
They want the unicorn.
I don't think... Iggy and I have talked. Iggy's kind of, I think Iggy's retired from that, right, Iggy, with listeners and joining?
From doing any work, yeah.
That's a hard sell.
Is your wife interested in riding Iggy?
I did text this yesterday, and it really was like a third grader grammar in my sentence after you read it. But I meant to say yesterday that Mrs. DGG and I are more into like Doug's type of physique than Iggy.
And Doug rejected that immediately. What does that mean?
We're more into like a werewolf more than we are a dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. DGG likes a hairy gentleman?
Well, I mean, yeah, look at me. I'm like John Rahm.
Yeah. I honestly have no idea. I mean, I know we talked, but I can't picture you.
He does look like John Rahm. I have nipple hair until like 6 inches long.
No, it's
is that going to get the plowhawk in your chambers?
Yeah, well, if Plowhawk gains a little, I mean, Plowhawk is like 12 pounds heavier than my wife.
Yeah, we talked about that too at the tournament.
And my wife is dainty.
She is
a dainty little girl.
She's very attractive too. I did like.
Did you say stanky?
Dainty.
Not
dainty.
Thank you, Egg. But Iggy, if you ask the golfer lady, maybe that's what the I don't know.
Boy, Mrs. DGG's taking some shrapnel. This can't be good for subscriptions.
Oh man. No, she is dainty and she's definitely very attractive. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
very
a
lucky.
great-looking gal. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll find out one of these days.
Oh,
Have you guys ever engaged in the more popular MMF?
You know,
Well, that's a yes.
that's a good question.
That's a yes.
We both have some experience in that, but actually not together on that one.
Wow.
But,
Hey, is that a cuck situation?
I'm probably before that.
Unless both parties are a meaning
well,
or
in our
willing to do
both
it.
of our defenses, we did not know each other at that time.
So you were in an MMF with her, but didn't know her. You just were getting to know
Two
her
separate
carnally.
incidents before they met.
So
I was
you
in
have
an
participated in an MMF. She has participated in an MMF, but you were not with each other in the MMF.
You got it.
All right,
There we go.
How was it?
Hers or mine?
Well, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
No,
yeah,
we
I'll
don't
try
know. That's how
anything
we
twice
asked.
if it feels good.
Oh, will you?
What's that, bro?
You'll try anything twice.
Twice if it feels good.
Got it.
Nice.
Well, I think, Iggy, that's your invite. I think you've just gotten
Yeah.
clearance. I think he's very involved on his phone right now.
I'm putting our teams in the PGA.
But we're
leaderboard.
talking to this guy on the phone right now.
I can do both. I'm trying to. This is for
He's
our
at a
draft.
big appliance discount. It's 8 o'clock.
This is for our DraftKings thing.
He's about to invite you to the more popular.
I'm
MMF.
hearing everything. I can do two things at once.
Well, are you interested in his invitation to join he and his wife?
Sure.
Okay. It's,
Right after
it's
the
set.
HR meeting about the microwave.
He's a great dude, but I really don't know him that well. So,
But you just said you like the strangers.
Yeah, that is true.
and they are kind of stranger.
So there you go.
I just said friends. I said we're friendly with each other. I think he's a good dude, but I mean I've met him like twice or three times.
What does it
At
matter?
a
You're
golf
just going to have
tournament.
sex.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a dude I hang out with. That would be different if we'd known each other for a
So
year.
this is good. So then you're greenlighting it.
I said yes.
All right,
It's,
great.
it's a go.
It's a go.
Doesn't-
Iggy
I
would
don't
be.
rem- I'm not gonna lie to you, gentlemen. I don't remember extending an official invitation.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either. I'm doing two
Trying
things
to
at
get
once,
this
and I didn't hear
legislation
it.
passed.
Gosh. Thought you'd be too polite to turn him down now.
Hey,
Close
Doug,
the door.
Doug, I have something I've been meaning to show you. There's this new apparatus we've actually incorporated into our life, and
Hardware.
I've been meaning to send you a picture of it. You want to see?
Oh, what is it exactly?
Well, I don't really know the best way to explain it over the air. I might, without like breaking FCC violations, so I might just need you guys to navigate that.
Oh, well, why would I need to see it necessarily?
Doug, I think once you see it, you'll know why.
Oh, no.
Oh, hold on, my dogs are barking. Hey, be quiet.
Oh, gosh.
Nice. Power move.
All right, Doug, I'm gonna send you a picture, okay? And
Send
I want
it
you
where?
to try to explain. I'm gonna send it to the text line.
Oh, okay.
I love how he thinks Doug had like the text
Okay.
line open.
Okay.
People are walking past our studio in absolute disgust.
They are absolutely pissed. You can
What about
see
the
them.
scallop or the content?
Both, probably, but definitely the scallop.
Who have you seen, Jackson?
Barb just passed the studio and shook her head in complete disgust.
How does she know it's us?
Because she's listening, I assume.
Yeah, we got loyal listeners.
Yeah, they do. They do listen here.
Yeah, Jesse listens, and I'm like,
All right,
oh.
so Doug, I don't want the listeners to call me a liar, so I want you to I want to make sure this is verified. Tell me how many numbers I should hold up in the picture.
5.
Five.
Okay.
Got
I
it.
said
That's easy. Come on, Plowsy. Anything but 5. That doesn't even like that's just a palm of your
4.
hand.
What is going
4,
on?
like
right
little
now?
baby.
There you
Have
go.
any
We've
idea?
alienated the sales staff. We're asking a guy to hold up fingers, and he's going to send it a sex toy.
All right.
Iggy's entering a golf
explain that
team.
Adam
Now,
Monk
Doug,
talked to Adam Scott
explain this
today.
over the air for us.
Well, Tim will have it, and then
All
he'll.
right,
it.
the
Is
text inbox. I don't see anything from you. I
in
see
there.
a million other texts asking you to die,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Oh, I
you
see
to
it
die.
now.
All right,
Is it an email or is it a
We're all
text?
gonna die.
all right,
sometime.
it's a double-ended dildo.
Okay.
Oh, you can say that on the air?
Well, he just did.
Oh yeah. We talk about butt plugs all the time.
Right.
Nice nail beds.
Yeah. Hey, Doug, it's a double-ended dildo. That's our new apparatus.
So you and Mrs. DGG, she pegs you and then she enjoys it.
Oh,
That Larry Nickel laugh.
No, those are definitely for the S and the S of the unpopular MFF.
Got it.
Well, I didn't think the males would be jumping on board with the double enders.
Rocchio was on the receiving
Yeah,
end of a
I don't
strap.
mind
Apparently.
I don't mind the
Well, you
dirt
started
start
playing
licked,
the
but
tuba.
I don't need it penetrated.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess like when you fill a water glass half full and you kind of move your finger around the rim to make that noise. I don't know if I wouldn't mind that around my hole, but like you can't go.
I think the Redbirds will take 2 out of 3 from the
You would think
Rockies.
so, but you got Dak Hudson on the mound in that atmosphere.
Well, he'll be
in
all right.
Colorado. I don't know if
He's
that's going to be good.
Swinging the bats. DeYoung had another big night.
Boy, the South Side seaman picking him up.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Huge moment.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I got to go.
Yeah, please.
Beer Cats is not happy.
Oh.
Now that you've smelled those scallops, imagine what the 300-square-foot apartment smells like with dead fish, cigarette smoke, and canned biscuits.
What's wrong with canned biscuits?
Oh.
Good.
And then he also says a few of us listeners were golfing last weekend and decided that Plowsy has backed off the OnlyFans stuff because he isn't carrying a crank that's anything above average.
Oh, that's a serious charge.
Well, no, honestly, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze for like $20 a month where I'm showing my hog. I mean, dude, I got it. Trust me.
We were all for it here a month or so ago. And you were going to tease people. You weren't just
You
going to
actually
start.
asked
Well, last night
Tommy
actually
about it in a meeting. I witnessed it, as did the other members of the dais.
Yeah, last night me and Madison were ripping some bongs, and like we decided to clean up the apartment a little bit. So we have this big, like huge duster that's like an extender.
Oh, do you?
And I was riding around like a bull and had like a little unicorn dog toy on my head, and I was thinking that's good content for my OnlyFans.
Yeah. But you didn't get a video of it, did you?
No, we were just having fun, running around with the dogs, acting like Harry Potter characters.
Oh, I see. Playing Quidditch?
Yeah, it was fun.
Which Kim do you have on your team?
You going to change the subject now?
I'm just asking.
There's a conversation going on around you.
That couldn't have been more of a 180.
Tom.
But what's the first initial?
J.
J. Kim, okay. Well,
Iggy's Gape not happy with Doug's Glue Guzzler. Mr. Licks has nothing on this douche. Pour that bleach, ho. That's from Iggy's Gape.
My Gape is fine with that.
Yeah, right.
I have no problem.
Congrats on the OAR tickets, Doug's Glue Guzzler. Did you and your wife swing by Hollister for some hemp necklaces and pastel-colored polos beforehand, too? That's from Little Tommy Tribbins. You can see him out there in the parking lot.
What is it? Is AOR the name of the band, or does that stand for something?
And early 2000s, they were the biggest band. I mean, they were selling at Madison Square Garden and stuff. Like they were.
So it doesn't stand for anything?
Oh, it does.
Yes, it does. I forgot what it.
It stands for.
And they were popular
like
mid 2000s.
LRB would be Little River Band.
OAR does stand
ARS,
for
Atlanta
something.
Rhythm Section.
Jackson, give it to me.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the band.
Doug's Glue Guzzler, can you set something up between your wife and my wife? I'm cool with just watching. That's from Mike Danton's Hitman.
Of a Revolution.
Of a Revolution.
I've only tried to do that once.
Wow, that was such a sick call. This dude definitely wears a 46 by 28 pant. And vacations at Gulf Shores.
Well, no, he doesn't.
That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
46-28, bro. That is an insane.
That's a weeble wobble.
That is insane.
It's like DeVito.
I got to see that pant.
Oh, he's not a bad-looking dude, so.
Use a
Danny
sleeve.
DeVito?
No, the Glue Guzzler.
And you're going to have an MMF with him. That's great.
Gulf Shores is fun.
I didn't think he invited me, and he mentioned that. I don't think he said anything.
We just tried to make it happen. Tried to grease the skids a little bit.
Again, in my head, I'm picturing Iggy laying like a vampire on his bed, and the Glue Guzzler and his wife walk in and go, "Okay, let's just get it done."
No, it'd be they're having fun, and I'm just laying there like, somebody gonna do something to me? Can
Catching
you
up on
get some
NYPD
hands over here?
Blue.
Oh.
I'm just laying here. Throw me a bone.
Super hot.
Just laying on a quilt watching NYPD Blue.
Well, it'll be a good time to visit Mentality before this event. LowTUSA.com is where you can go if you are going to meet up with Doug's Glue Guzzler and his wife. Mentality, LowTUSA.com. It's FDA approved testosterone treatment. I went out there and checked it out, got tested on my testosterone levels. If you are dealing with low energy, weight gain, muscle loss, fatigue, if you're tired all the time, feeling anxious, moody, irritable, impatient, anxious, depressed, whatever the case might be, those are symptoms of low testosterone, and that's where Mentality can help you at lowtusa.com. The normal range for testosterone is large, and if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Mentality. Send your emails in. The Morning After at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today. This is the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. You can tell how good a man is in bed if you study his personality, according to scientists. They analyzed 1,740 men in Taiwan who were young, healthy, and sexually active, but they shared the same problems in bed. Erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is said to be a common problem, especially as men get older. It can be caused by health conditions such as diabetes, as well as psychological issues such as stress. What urologists at Taipei Veterans General Hospital wanted to uncover was whether a man's personality drives his inability to get or to keep an erection. They quizzed the participants in order to score them on erectile dysfunction severity. They then measured how much they fit the personality type. Type D personality. There are 4 personality types. Doug, did you know there are 4 personality types?
No, I would have thought more than that.
Type A, the director, goal-oriented, risk-taking, good under stress. Type B, the socializer, relationship-oriented, outgoing, enthusiastic. Type C, the thinker, detail-oriented, logical, prepared. Type D, the supported, task-oriented, stabilizing, cautious. It was found that more than half of the men with erectile dysfunction had type D personality,
Oh, do they really?
according to the findings in the Journal of Sexual Medicine.
Yeah.
Some other traits of type D personality include that they find it difficult to speak up, or shy, resistant to change, and go along with things rather than confront them. Their personality strengths include being approachable, trusting, caring, stable, self-confident, and reliable. And now, researchers suggest they are more likely to have severe erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, you're too nice. You're too nice, so you can't get a boner. Maybe I should have ran that Blue Chew ad in Taiwan. How can you do a whole survey from like one country and then say that's what we found?
Probably because the guy who did the survey lived in that
All right,
country.
well, that doesn't help anybody else unless you live in Taiwan. You don't take this thing seriously. Guys can't use a Sybian, can they?
Oh, hell yeah, they can.
Well, guys in Taiwan can't get a boner. What does that got to do with anybody in, let's say, Egypt?
What's the average size penis in Taiwan?
Doug?
Oh, for heaven's
You can
sake.
text that information. And Doug's Glue Guzzler definitely lives in Granite City and vacations in Destin, the Hamptons of the pores.
I'm not kidding. It's
The JV golf coach.
4.24 inches.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's average?
The average in Taiwan, yes.
What's the average United States?
Oh, Taiwan. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why would that make
How do you
sense?
get this information? Like,
I mean,
Someone makes it
honestly,
up.
5.16.
Someone makes it up.
You guys don't submit your ween size on the census?
So we're
I
a half
do
inch.
when I go private with the listeners, but other than that, I didn't know that was a public file.
What do you think that is, Doug?
What?
The kind of food we eat? We're a half inch bigger than Taiwan.
3.6 flaccid, 5.16 erect.
Like, what would it be in Africa?
Okay. I mean, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
7.1. 7.1 inches.
I would have thought
That's a
the
fun
U.S.
fact
is
for
about
no telling.
5.
Larger people, it's going to be larger measurement.
But like having a gut doesn't make your ween large, does it?
Well, being bigger and taller, Americans are even not just fatter, but bigger and taller than people from a lot of countries.
Cambodia got 3.5 inches.
Just type in smallest penis size by country.
Information? This is all from our private chats on YouTube.
World Population Review / country ranking / penis size by country. So,
Excuse me,
basically
John, we're having a
WebMD.
survey.
It's a guy
Can
who
you take
made
out
it
your
up.
penis? What is the smallest penis size in the world?
And what are we calling the base?
Cambodia has the and now there's like a different stack. Erect length, body size, and percent of height is all coming to play in these.
Well, sure it does. The size
So
of the
Cambodia
person.
had the smallest penis, and it looks like the largest ones come from Ecuador.
Oh,
Ryan
Ryan Kelly can dig into that while he's up there. Do some research for us,
I
Ryan.
didn't mean to weave in, but
What's the measurement in Ecuador?
I think it was 7.7.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine Ryan's right? He's halfway up the mountain. Steve, how big is it? Doing a survey.
Throw me a rope.
Mike Danton's hitman, really, he sent in a whole graph. He's got the knowledge. Yeah, Ecuador. Who knew? Not I said the flag.
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. Cameroon second. I think
Eric in the Central West End says the U.S. definitely has the biggest fupas.
I don't even need to look that up. You know we're leading the FUPA game. And the camel toes, honestly. Probably.
We have to be the heaviest country in the world, I would think.
Yeah, I can't imagine that anybody
Yeah,
else would
probably
even
not even this. A close second. Unless it'd be Canada, maybe. We got to be number one.
We're number one.
We are number one.
I mean,
I can't imagine that anyone.
We're number one in almost
come close.
every awful category.
these do like little Nauru, Cook Island.
Oh, I know where they're big. Is that Samoa? They're huge in Samoa.
Yeah, that's true.
But a lot of muscle.
World's fattest countries.
Does the boss's no phones while on the air rule include to the stoner board op rifling off stupid Bob Cousy takes during the show on Twitter?
We're number 9, Doug.
Really?
Plow, are you tweeting about Bob Cousy right now?
Oh, people were showing this highlight reel how good he is, and he didn't dribble with his left hand once. Pretty easy to stop. And it was a quick take.
What'd you say? He was no good?
I said he can't dribble with his left hand, bro. And it was a take that I fired off in 2 seconds, and now I'm looking up penis sizes. So we're good. We're back on track.
Cousy was, though, in all fairness, the best point guard of his era.
Probably, not probably. You're right.
Feet never left the ground.
Yeah, his jump shot was absolute trash. No, they showed it at the
They
very
played a different game then.
I have a sports card at home with Bob Cousy and Stan Musial on it, signed by only Bob Cousy.
Now, Doug, the least fattest country in the world. Ethiopia.
Yeah, where there's the least amount of food.
Yeah, I see that's it.
But a lot of running. They do a lot of exercise up there. Something not a lot of people do in this country.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, U.S. is 9. Samoa is 6, Doug, if you were...
Yeah, I would have guessed him higher. Who's number 1?
Nauru.
Nauru.
I've never even heard of that place.
Is that a new country?
Just gives me what it is.
Where's never mind.
Yeah,
I was going to
let
say
it go.
I was going to say Hawaii, but that
You were going to say what? Hawaii is a country.
I wish you would have said that. I wish you wouldn't have caught yourself.
This is interesting. I surveyed 200 men in the handicap stall glory hole at the rest stop in Wright City, and the average out there is 7 inches. But to be fair, I'm not sure all those guys were from St. Charles County. Thanks. That's from Rob McClanahan, but my good friends call me Rue.
You'd have to know where they're from. That's for sure.
I don't know where you would get that information. I don't know who's asking people, can we measure your penis?
Man, we went to this barbecue place in Lawrence, Kansas, connected to a pawn shop.
Sounds about right.
And the people there couldn't be smaller penises in one area. I think
How
that
did you
area.
know?
Well, just
Facts.
by just looking at them, making my assessment as I'm looking at them. Lawrence, Kansas was terrible. The food was really good, but I think, if we're going state by state, I think maybe Kansas might have the smallest.
Now, I had
You can tell just by looking at a fella.
Doug, yeah, Kepka.
Oh.
Rom.
I was watching a documentary a couple weeks ago where they have a guy that he bought Napoleon's penis.
Wasn't that part of Succession?
Was it?
Yeah, didn't
It's a TV show, not a documentary.
No, I saw a documentary.
Connor, the guy who played Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he bought Napoleon's penis.
I don't remember that.
100%.
I just watched a documentary where it's been with 3 owners.
Yeah.
And the last guy that bought it, he said it just looks like a shriveled up piece of splinter wood.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that was like word for word what was said in Succession.
Well, maybe they watched the documentary before they wrote the episode. I don't know. Because I know Connor doesn't know it.
Whose
His
penis?
name didn't get brought up in the documentary.
Napoleon. Well, he was a very small gentleman. 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah, but this was like a microween.
Well, it's like over 300, 400 years old, isn't it?
I mean, there was something that was found on Channel 4, but I don't know what.
Doug's Big Channel.
Sweeps week? Who's got Napoleon's penis? That's tonight at 6.
Yeah,
I'd tune in.
It was sold in 2015 for $3K. But I think that was a while ago.
I thought it was more than that. I'd spend $3,000 for Napoleon's penis if I knew it was real. That'd be a collector's item.
I would hope it at least has a caterpillar size, so like to make the collection worth it.
Well, get ready today, because on Pepper and Genie, I'm going to throw this at you now so you have time to think about it.
I can't wait to read it.
Yesterday's episode was called Pepper and Genie, episode Bird Sex.
But today, it may be kind of a morbid subject, but if you could dig up any 3 graves, what would it be?
Doug, what a topic.
I need
It's called
to
Pepper and Genie.
Any 3 graves.
Right after we talked about birds having sex.
I was thinking about that last night because I watched something where they said there was some king who got buried with like $6 million worth of his jewels on.
Yeah.
So
I guess one of those.
You dig that grave up, yeah.
Because they're all going to look about the same, right?
Yeah. So
Bones,
think of 3
tattered
Mount
clothes.
Rushmore of graves you'd like to dig up.
I already have 2, yeah.
Okay. That's coming up, a little tease.
Nice.
Okay.
Another award-winning program.
Yeah, Jackson, you should have looked at the notes to that episode as well.
I'll go take a look at it right now.
I really made the effort to, push more listeners towards Pepper and Genie, because I think it's for everybody.
How do birds have sex? How long are they banging? Does anyone care? That's the notes.
Who had the first child? Remember we had that
Who had the
question.
first kid? That was a good one.
Well, I forget what I say on that show, and somebody put on the fan page. I actually giggled. They quoted me as saying, I jumped over a wooden fence to partake in 2 giant turtles having sex, and I never saw their penis. I don't remember saying that, but if I did, that's kind of funny.
That's why the show is so good. We don't remember what we just said.
No.
We walked out.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Doug, you don't have one golfer to tease off this morning.
Okay.
All 6 of your golfers tee off after 12.
All right.
I like to keep everybody updated on the
I
draft.
don't think they care that much.
Somebody played my team last week.
How'd they do?
Well, that's a shame.
Not last week. They played my team last week. They
Horrendous.
sucked. The week before, they made money.
That somebody was you, probably, who played it.
Oh, some listener played it because he kept posting it on the fan page, giving updates.
Okay.
On some, they'd like to see what you and I are doing.
No, one guy.
But then people say, thanks for doing that. I wondered during the weekend how those 2 are doing.
I don't know.
So he kept them up to date. And just to end the segment with golf, Tim, we're waiting to hear, and Michael Wellington is going to keep us updated, what the PGA Tour will do now that Bubba Watson has resigned. Does Chris Nagle move up to 200?
Bubba did respond and said it was up to the FedEx of the PGA Tour because he has put in his resignation and everything. So he did tweet back at somebody. I forgot who it was.
Monday Q Golf, right?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah,
So
I
he
texted
has.
with Wellington last night, and he said it has to change something, but it's not official yet.
Yeah, so we're waiting to hear. Because that's what they did before the FedEx Cup started, and he resigned yesterday, which is before the FedEx Cup started. They took those 13 guys out and moved everybody up. So if you take, and they'd all played, but Bubba Watson resigned, so he doesn't have to play. He resigned from the tour, so his name should come off that list, and that should move everybody up 1.
Didn't he say it wasn't going to happen until Sunday? Isn't that what Bubba tweeted?
Oh,
well, his name won't come out off the FedEx because he's the tournament will be over, and he's not moving up. I don't know. He's not even in the top 125, I don't think. But I think until the first tournament's over, then they cut it to 70, he'll come off there. But if he resigned, he should come off now. If the PGA does the right thing, he should come off now, and everybody should move up 1. Now, it doesn't affect the 125 who are in this field because I think he was below 125. But it will affect the 200. So he should move up 1 to 200 out of 201. That's the way it should work.
Yeah, a guy like Nego getting additional status is huge for someone like that. So I hope they.
Well, he gets to go straight to the Korn Ferry Tour Finals if he's 200. And he's got a chance to not only play in the Korn Ferry Tour, but if he does well, he's got a chance to get a PGA Tour card.
That's right, that's right.
Yep.
So, and no, I'm not going to take credit for it as people thought I would do. If Bubba would have responded to my tweet, yeah. But he responded to a guy who's got 100,000 followers. I got like 100.
100 followers is what you had?
But I do think that I got some traction out of that. A lot of people saw that and retweeted it. So.
Here we are going to get to the point that you had a lot to do with it.
I didn't know if there could be a pat on the back, but
yeah,
and
there
that,
it is.
And that guy's original tweet, he did tweet something else after I did and kind of put what I did.
So it really
forward.
was you.
So no, Bubba
So we're
Watson.
taking it back.
Yeah, it really
No, but
was.
it was a couple
Gained
of us
traction.
that did that, and then we retweeted. I think I got like 20 retweets. He got like 40.
Yeah.
So that's a bunch of retweets. A lot of people saw it, and I'm sure Bubba saw it. Obviously, Bubba saw it on his thing because he responded to that guy. So no, I'm not taking credit for it.
No, I think it was
He
you.
didn't even see mine. But I would have put it out Monday, except I was waiting to hear back from the PGA. I don't want to jump the gun and give wrong information. Either way, that guy has a lot of followers, and it got some traction. A couple of major outlets picked it up and said, you know, Bubba Watson being asked to resign and getting traction. So that guy, he's got some followers. I don't know what he does, but...
What about Cam Smith?
Well, he hasn't announced he's going yet.
I thought he did.
Cam Percy told everybody he was, but...
Maybe he'll resign.
Well, he's not dumb. He's gonna play all three of these events and make a few more $1 million. And a chance to win $15 million if he wins it all. And then leave.
I'm looking for, the Bubba response.
He said, I'll be removed from the rankings on Sunday. It's up to the tour from there.
Okay. I just wanted to see exactly what he said because I forgot. Okay.
And I don't believe the Corn Ferry Tour starts until next week.
Doug, when is the Corn Ferry?
Well, the finals. I think the first event is
Who would
next
care?
week. Well, a lot of people would care.
Well, I think it's a good story if he can get a tour card. That's phenomenal for
Everyone's on the edge of their seats wondering when the Corn Ferry Tour is going to start.
No,
Well, if Chris Nagle's playing in it, yeah, we'll all be. If he doesn't get moved up, he doesn't play. I don't really care. But it would be nice for him to get a chance to play those three events.
Yeah.
And you get to play all three events. It's not like the FedEx where 55 guys are knocked out this week and then another 40 are knocked out. He gets to play all three tournaments.
Okay.
So I think I had a little to do with it.
We had to get down to that.
So
Sooner or
humble.
later, you had everything to do with it.
I had nothing to do with it.
We'll close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like G. Coming up in our 9 o'clock hour, we will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Then Jackson and I are going to head down the hall, Doug, and we'll just deal with it. We'll navigate the waters, and we'll try to get out on the other side.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And see how it goes. It's Balloon Party on 101 ESPN.
Break down some NFL preseason games.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the preseason schedule and give my Mount Rushmore of favorite preseason games.
That fan base that you have there would just absolutely gravitate toward that.
So that's coming up on 101 ESPN. This, however, is the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM from the Michelob Ultra Studios. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
There's a lot of common sense and Western wisdom like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the herd. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear what you can't make for yourself, or a man doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that is perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
Doug Vaughn here, along with the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, I understand now we've got 2 St. Louis-based companies coming together to try to make some of this mortgage stuff make sense and be more affordable.
Yeah, and why not, right? You know, one of the questions that we get asked a lot is,
what is it?
Hey, you guys know where I can get a good mover? You know, who should I use to move into my new house? And up until recently, we just, go to Google. Go out there. Find a good mover. We can do better for our clients. We can deliver better service. We can give some options. So we started poking around all around St. Louis. Who are the best movers? 2 Men in a Truck right here, local company.
They're the best.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I mean it.
I've used it myself before.
There's more than 2 men that show up, too.
There are. Yeah, there's a lot more than 2. There better be.
Here's the deal we put together. If you buy a home and use the home loan expert for your loan, at closing, you'll get a voucher and you'll get $500 off your move using 2 Men in a Truck. How about that? Not only are you going to get the lower rates, and quicker closing times, but you get $500 off your move with 2 Men in a Truck. Get pre-approved today at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie.
And now the Pepper and Genie Show with Darren Adkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepper and Genie.
Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie. Pepper and Genie.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Tim, Doug, Iggy, Plowsy, Action Jackson.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After, 105.7 HD2.
So good. So sick.
You didn't see Iggy with a cooking apron on or anything during the break, did you?
No, I was in.
I think he's embarrassed.
Is he really?
You can feel like he's trying to get around people quickly.
Mark Hanna is on hold here as we start the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. Can I have that be my walk-up song every weekend?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I will give it to you every time.
Remix. It was solid. It was solid. How's the show this morning, guys?
Really good. We've alienated the building. Iggy, for some reason, apropos of nothing, heated up a scallop, walked it into our studio, and handed it to the Plowboy. And now the sales staff and the on-air staff hates us even more. So there you go.
I think, the proper way to respond to that is just deliver scallops to everyone in the building.
They would like that, especially at 9 o'clock.
In the closed studios? Oh, yeah.
He only has like 10 of them in there. I guess we cut them in half and deliver to more people.
You could create little appetizers out of them, slice them up, quartered, scalloped.
Finger foods in the kitchen.
So do you call that tapas? Do you call that tapas?
I guess you could, yeah.
Sick.
Mark, I guess the way you help people grow their money, more people could be eating scallops.
Nice, Doug. Wow. Really, really impressive.
Portfolios in your direction.
Hold on, I've got to put that down on my marketing log. Call me, and I'll have you eating scallops.
There you go.
Got it.
Yep.
That's the plan. That's right.
Well, we've seen a bit of a market turnaround here this week.
Isn't it?
A couple big days.
It's very normal, and it's so much of the focus that I keep coming back to, and you've heard me say it before, but instead of getting sidetracked with these normal and temporary and unforeseeable volatile events these days that we get these pullbacks and then the gains coming back, instead focus on controlling what you can control. I was thinking about a conversation I had yesterday with a gentleman we will call the Crestwood Chipmunk.
Oh, gosh.
Who he and his bride just had their first child, and they're in the place that they've been taking all of the right steps before the family came along. And now it leads to the sort of questions of what should we do now for the new expenses that we have? How do we start to put money aside because our expenses are up, because kids are expensive? How do we put money aside for kids' education while still making sure our retirement is okay, while we're still living right along the way, and making sure we're not overlooking anything that will turn around in a few years and be in a bad spot? That's the sort of conversation that to me is so much more important and is really the heart of that planning process. And how do you line up the steps as to what you do and when in a way that fits for you? And that's where it is so customized and it's so unique. And to me, that's not exciting. It's not sexy. It's really easy and sexy to talk about what's happening with the stock market. And that is interesting, and it's true that we need to be invested in the right way. But so much more of it is driven by how do you make those other decisions in the right way, and that's what leads to success.
Yeah. Should we be surprised that the market seems to be turning around and heading in the right direction now that we've, I guess, hit a recession and that inflation is so high? How's that figure that the market would go up with that?
Historically, the stock market has always led recessions. So you typically get, let's call it 6 months lead time on both sides. It comes back 6 months before we see it. The market declines 6 months before the economy does, because it's always looking forward. So that's why now we're seeing a recovery. And many of us are saying, why is this? The numbers just don't set up well. Well, it's because the market is always looking forward, and the market is a leading indicator as to what's to come. And so when you look under the hood of what's going on with corporate profitability, of the inflation metrics, and some of these other numbers that are out there, we're starting to see the numbers start to turn positive already, and that's why we've seen the market come back up from the bottoms that we had before. Will it pull back? Well, maybe, but typically you start to see the recovery and it goes back up. So short term, we just don't know, and that's why it's so hard to call the shots on these things.
Yeah. But a lot of people are eating scallops now. For sure.
Well, I didn't pay.
If they call him, oh, he's back.
Yes,
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
I was talking to the guy out there playing with the fountain.
Makes sense. We only had a radio show going on in here. I thought you were talking to the guy fumigating the building.
No, I got to thank Mark because he gave Jackson some info. A guy I'm going to call for my Medicare.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It was a Medicaid.
Medicare.
It's Medicare. You got to get your Medicare set up. You got to get your supplement set up, and those are the sort of important financial decisions that when you are 6 months, 3 months, it's typically 3 months before you turn 65, you got to get that squared away. And
a little late for that.
I got a guy. I'll never tell, but I got a guy. You get that set up, and you're in good shape.
Mark, there's a question that just came in. Says, hey, Mark, I have a question about the market and the economy in these trying times. You see me, a lesbian with a mop top, do a podcast without sponsors or paychecks for a total of about 8 people. So my question is, what dead people would you like to dig up? It's a lightning rod conversation starter that many wealth managers are too afraid to tackle. That comes from the mope with a grint. I'll be outside smoking with the homeless guy, bathing in the fountain.
You should have emailed that in. You probably won. Oh.
You know what I'm going to do in response to that? I'm going to post that on the fan pin. I'm going to solicit answers from the listeners. Yeah. And then I'll start my own financial advisor podcast focused on that very question.
Well, that's a nice one right there. It's a good business model. I'm investing.
Employees the best.
Well, you want employees like me and Plowsy.
Why?
No, you don't.
We're not asking for any money for the podcast. It's just extra that
Doesn't
we put.
make any money.
It's just extra that we put on the TMA app. And if somebody wants to spend money on it, great. If not, it's not taking up anybody's time but me and Plowsy's. We're willing to do it. We go the extra mile.
All right.
Is it a mile?
We go the extra inch.
There you go. Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Thank you, Mark.
Congratulations in advance on your win tomorrow, Tim.
Yes, good for him.
Everyone's a Lemmy.
Mark is the GOAT.
He's like my spirit human. He's so good.
Speaking of that, Tim, how does that work? I think of it as like a prom. I mean, should I ask her to go, or is she going to ask me to go? Who asked? Do you ask somebody to play with you, or does somebody ask you to play with them?
Well, I'm playing with Spencer, who you played with this week, right?
Yeah.
Plowhawk, have you ever met him?
I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't want to say I don't. I just don't remember. But I
Doug,
know
you haven't met him, but Jackson showed you pictures of him.
I don't remember
That's
if
weird.
he did.
Yeah. If he gets a hold of it, he bombs it.
He
But did
does.
you ask him, or did he ask you?
I don't, honestly, I don't recall. There's a two-man tournament there, and then there's also the member. So it's usually if you're your two-man partner, you're also playing the member together. I personally, there's a certain kind of personality type that I like to play with, which is a compliment to you, because obviously I've asked you to play a couple of times.
I'm easygoing.
That's what I like. I don't need somebody like, just stay in there. Come on. I'm like, dude, I don't need that. That is not my. So Spencer's laid back and.
So what if you think I'd like to play with him, but you don't ask, and then you're waiting for somebody to ask you, and then you don't get asked, and you're shut out?
I don't know. I mean, I've played with when Cletus was a member there. I think he was my partner for a year. The great Dan Henschel, also a laid-back personality.
Love Henschel.
Plenty of strokes
Henchel's a great guy. A lot of pops for Dan, indeed. But man, again, it's more about you're spending a couple days in a cart with somebody you want to.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what
I was just thinking, if it's like you, I don't get turned down more than once or twice, and I stop. So I'm asking, it's like a prom, like you ask somebody, hey, you want to play the member? I'm already playing. Oh, you want to play the member? I'm already playing. God, I'm turned down twice. I'm not going to ask anybody else. Is it kind
If
of
they're
like
already
that,
playing with somebody, then it's not like you got turned down. Now, if they don't have a partner and they say no, I don't know. I honestly haven't.
That means you got to look.
Okay.
At
It's a legitimate question. I don't have the answer to it because I haven't experienced it. Because I think Spencer and I played together for 2 or 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
Angela
I would
and
think.
played together a few years ago.
I think if you find somebody you enjoy.
But I do think it's an
as a good
awkward
friend.
thing because I think Cletus might have been like, well, what happened, But I don't remember what the circumstance was. I think Henschel might have asked me, and he had just joined there, and
when you're on a golf course for
so
6 or 7
these people
hours.
can take it the wrong way.
Yeah, that's why I was asking somebody. God, I've asked him twice. He said no twice.
Well, then, yeah, that would be. I would understand taking that personally. But it also depends on what you want. Do you want to win?
Yeah, you're just having fun.
Right.
Or, yeah, I get that.
That's another part of it. And from a member guest standpoint, sometimes it's or the wives' friends, and it's an event, and you're going to hang out. Just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, I always take it as like it's going to be fun. People ask me to play in scrambles, and if it's people I know and I know I'm going to have fun with, I'll say yes. If it's people that think that they're gung-ho on winning and they get pissed off if they don't make a birdie, I don't want to play with them. I just want to have fun.
Oh, there's nothing worse than counting down like the last 13 holes of your round because you're miserable. Like I'd much rather have fun.
Well, it just sucked with Iggy and I because we got our asses kicked in the first match, and it wasn't a case of for real. If anybody should take the blame for how they played, it's me. But that wasn't the problem in that match. We just got beat. It just happens. People are rolling putts, and we lost 8-2. And
pretty much done.
And honestly, mathematically, you can come back from it, but it's kind of like being down 3-0 in a playoff series. And I'm just like, well, this sucks. And at the time, it was hotter than the fires of hell, so that sucks. But as far as it's and with an alternate shot format, I have no idea what to make of this. Like we're playing a round a day, and I guess people are playing that format. I'd just rather play my own ball and just gamble. But I don't know if people want to play the alternate shot format and the practice round thing. I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah, that's where I think if you start on 1, then you hit 1, 3, 5, 7. I don't think you hit every drive. You don't hit every first shot off.
No, everybody in this format. Both players tee off, and then whichever ball you decide to use.
Oh, then
the alternate then the
shot
other
from
person.
there.
Yeah,
I think that's called a shamble.
It's kind of an alter. They just wanted to be able to allow more people to play because so many people signed up. We got breaking news here. And Iggy, this might rattle your cage a little bit.
Oh, no.
You remember Sack Doug? He was a board operator.
Sure.
A delight. Great guy.
Great guy.
One of the many people over the years. That's right.
Oh, I love him.
And he's texted me. Quote, I've spent 8 years chasing this dream professionally and my entire life waiting for this moment. Folks, I have gotten the Major League Baseball call-up. I will be part of the Major League Baseball Network August 17th broadcast of the Seattle Mariners and Los Angeles Angels. Never give up on your dreams. More to come. And that comes from Joey Zanaboni of St. Gabriel's.
Steven Strasburg. Ask for his credit card info and a spam email message. Let's go fishing with a PH.
Good for this
Biggie, he is going to be on the MLB Network calling the Mariners and the Angels.
Is that on YouTube or?
MLB Network.
MLB Network.
Who's his color analyst? I'd like to know.
Doug, who is his?
I don't know. I'm just getting this information. I don't know.
Again, let's get Fred Nasty.
Now, is he going to do that on a Major League Baseball broadcast?
I'm sure he would. That's why they called him up.
Right. Brendan Collins, very good off speed. Is nothing like his, though.
Who's that imitation?
Freeze it like pay raises at a poorly run cryogenics laboratory.
If you get that call, you're staying in the major leagues.
Oh, he better. Yeah, if he did it straight, he wouldn't have got there.
I think this is his
I'm happy
big
for
break.
him. I'm happy for
That's
him.
great.
Oh, you're happy for him. Well, that's good.
Well, I've said I wish him all the best. It's just not my cup of tea where you're manufacturing these things. I'm sure he's wrote about 9 of them down, 10 of them down, and he just goes down the list during the game.
That's okay, isn't it?
It's okay to be prepared.
Straws!
Was that a Straws?
Ghosting them like an OK Cupid Halloween party. John Stamos, Full House, get him out of there, baby!
Come on, that's gold, man.
What does that mean? John Stamos, Full House, get him out of there.
John
baby.
Stamos is on Full House.
Correct.
I know that, but what does that got to do with baseball? Was it
3-2 count?
Well, that would be a full count, not a full house.
Oh, you know where he's talking about, though.
But you just threw it in there.
But that is a full house. You know, you have 3 aces over 8, 2-8, 3 over 2.
What?
That's a full house.
You got bases loaded.
No, 3-2 count.
Or if it's a 3-2 count, it's not a full house.
You know what I'm talking about.
Why don't you talk about the attendance? Throw that in there. 42,000. It's a full house like Stamos.
But you're happy for him.
You seem thrilled.
Straws!
I don't have MLB Network, so I can't watch it. But
better than Bailey.
I will have some clips.
Better than Bailey.
I really want to know who his color analyst is.
Why?
Doug, do you have his color?
Why is that a big
Because I want to know what kind of personality it is. There's going to be some curmudgeon. He goes, what the hell is this guy doing?
I'm sure they won't have a curmudgeon with him. There's not too many curmudgeons.
Well, it's going to be
working
somebody.
baseball games.
It's going to be a color analyst that nobody's ever heard of or he's never done.
Man,
Maybe him. Maybe him.
Del Greco, baby.
Yeah, Greco and Zamboni.
God, that would be a great.
Well, I mean, do they put him with a? I mean, are they doing 9 games that day? 10 games that day? Is it the game of the week?
I don't have this information.
We don't have the information
Come on, Zach.
at the moment.
Zach, get some more information, bro.
That color commentator probably has information about Zam, but I assume that they are aware.
I hope it's Mad Dog.
That.
I read somewhere where someone's not going on that show anymore because they're tired of Chris Russo yelling at the.
Yeah, Ryan Clark almost screamed at. Ryan Clark was very upset with Mad Dog.
Oh, I can't watch him, but more than just a minute or so. I just can't do it. I know he knows his stuff.
He always calls Joey Gallo Joey Galloway, and he called Benintendi like Ben Tendi, just over and over and over again.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine how he maintains that level of intensity. And
right before he looks at him, banks at him, and goes, "Okay, I'm ready."
I guess that's it. I guess so.
10,000 a hit.
Or it's just completely natural.
Looks like I read a book a day. Keeps the doctor away.
And that was one of his calm moments.
He just woke up.
Yeah.
He was a Nostradamus, though. He's the one that said shut it down before everything was shut down.
Here comes the all-time pout session, young and successful and not named Iggy. Go back to tonguing your mic. That's from Dogtown Ty.
Damn,
Oh,
they are
Ty.
pissed.
Do you think I'd be?
Jesus H. Christ, you bitter old overcooked Frankfurter. Can't you just be happy for anyone? Literally anyone but yourself. Doug, that's from It's Kathy.
Okay, Kath.
Kath, I said I'm happy for him.
You seem.
You're worried about his
super
animals.
I've said this before. I'll say it again. Just quit taking everything I say on this show so effing seriously.
Oh.
My God, I wish the kid success.
I don't know that you do.
I do. He's a St. Louis kid. I wish him success.
Okay.
I even say that about Jim Nantz every year at the Masters. What made-up thing he's got ready to go this time? Win for the ages. And then every time somebody's going to be close to win, he's writing stuff down. What am I going to say? What kind of catchphrase? And he does that.
Well,
I love Jim Nantz, but I don't like that. It's not
Why?
Jack Buck, spur of the moment, go crazy, folks, spur of the moment. I'm sure he didn't have that written down. If somebody hits a home run in the night, it's going to be go crazy, folks.
Jack Buck thought he blew that call, Doug.
Yeah. I don't know that Jim Nantz writes all that stuff down.
I guarantee he does.
I don't know. Jim
But that's-
Nantz has
but
been
that's just-
great
that's just
at the
him.
network level for how many years now?
You know,
35?
Yeah, you know what? I'm done. Goodbye.
But I love
can't even
Jim
listen to you
Nantz.
get the words out. So,
And I wish Zamboni all the success in the world.
I like Jim Nantz a lot.
So do I. I think he's the best in the business.
Hey
for
guys,
everything he
Iggy's
does.
disgust for Zamboni's success is
my
palpable. Looks like having an actual work ethic and going further than the quote extra inch leads to professional success. Get back to pouting and staking up your 250 square foot hovel in Poverty Estates boots. That's from Big Tough.
Oh, come on, Tuft.
yes, Bob.
Yes, I wanted to talk about Tom Brady, and I also wanted to talk about Phillip Rivers.
Well, go ahead.
I also wanted to talk about Carson Wentz and Drew Brees.
That's one of the best.
I wonder, he was probably prepared to just list every quarterback in the league until he got cut off.
Until Francesa dropped him.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, well.
Guys, I asked Jim Nantz for an autograph, and he asked who was it for, and I said me, and then he cried. That's from Mr. Slade.
When
That was
UConn,
the Mickey Mantle
when
story.
UConn won the championship, that was the worst one.
What was that?
Doug,
you always like Jimmy Calhoun.
They
No, I
say
didn't.
they say you can't, but you can, and UConn has won the national championship.
Oh.
I like that.
It was the worst.
Was that the Kemba year?
Yes, that was Kemba. That was Okafor. Yeah,
It's Jim Nantz. Wrote it down.
you can.
How do you know he wrote it down? What
can.
difference does it make if he wrote it down or not?
I just think it's canned. I want things spur of the moment. From the heart, top of your head.
Well, I'm sure some of it is. Probably most of it is.
Andrew Luck.
He's an extremely intelligent guy and one of the greatest broadcasters in the world. I think he can maybe come up with some things off the top of his head at time in a big dramatic moment.
Not
Hey,
that
we're
one.
gonna have, it's going to be a short show today, folks, if we keep up with these calls.
Threatening to stop the broadcast.
I wish Zamboni the best. What's the date on that game?
August 17th.
Oh, maybe I don't have MLB, though. Can you get MLB on YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then I have it.
There you go. So you'll be able to watch
I'll
it.
watch it. Yeah, I will.
Angels, M's. The Mariners are America's team.
Yeah. Mike, I caught a 18-pound trout one time in Taneycomo. Strike.
Now, who was that?
I'm surprised they didn't call you up to that.
Call me up.
Guys,
I'll be his color analyst. Can you explain that?
Iggy has room to talk. His play-by-play of the Timber Fake boxing match was Jim Lampley-esque. That's from the Birthday Hawk.
Oh, it was one of the best of all time, according to other people.
Oh, was it?
You and Larry Nickel, you guys were a tandem.
Yeah.
You had your gold sports coats on like the old ABC Wide World of Sports. That was my favorite part of it.
About 300 fans showed up here at the Spreckles Theater tonight. They had plenty to say. Now, the Spreckles, you may know, is named after a sugar magnate. But there was nothing sweet about how this forum started.
It's the worst career in the world.
There was
It's absolutely
There was word
grotesque.
for word written down, but he has no delivery like Zamboni does.
Oh, that guy hated it.
Well, he
doing
was a
that
news
delivery.
reporter. That's different than being a play-by-play announcer at the network level.
But news, I would like something a little more than vanilla. I like guys that like to spice it up a little bit.
For news, don't you want your news just right down the middle?
I don't watch news. But if I did, I want somebody to be a little more lively and spice it up a little bit.
Okay.
Jim Hayes was telling me on
Like
the way
this.
to the ballpark, wanted me to pass along a note from the Dotem family. We met Mr. and Mrs. Dotem and their son, Deke. And they want to say hi to family and friends back home in St. Louis. That's from the Dotems.
I don't know if they wrote in at all.
Deadpan. Perfect.
And what percentage of the people listening understood what that was?
He didn't care. It was for us. It wasn't for anybody else. It was for us.
I guess. You think 95% of the people just went in one ear and out the other without even thinking about it?
Backing up DeYoung. Under it. And the out.
What was the score at that point?
Dennis
15-0?
and Denise Dotem, they are here tonight. And have reconnected with their son Deke. They always meet at a ballpark, and the Dotems are here in Denver.
They're not.
Well, as we said, not a bad park to do it in. Not at all.
Come on.
I'm not sure Brad Thompson knew what he was talking about.
Brad's got to be privy to the Dotems.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I remember one time when I lived in Bermuda, I somehow got a note to Jay Randolph. I didn't know who he was at the time.
You didn't know who Jay Randolph was?
Well, I mean, not personally like I do now, and I didn't know his son at the time.
All right.
And my mater D, Derek Bean,
Derek Bean. Derek Bean?
Derek Bean, B-E-A-N. Derek had a satellite dish so we could get games. And we had the Cardinal game. We came over and watched the Cardinal game, and somehow I got a message to Jay Randolph. I forgot how I did it.
How would you before
I
cell
don't remember.
phones?
I don't remember how I did it.
He faxed him.
I don't know if I called and said, called the stadium, or what. I don't know how I did. I really don't know how I
Sent
did
a
it.
Western Union telegraph?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
I guarantee you Jay Sr. will remember this because he didn't know me at the time, but he just said, I want to send a shout-out to Kenny Strode, who's watching in Bermuda tonight, blah, blah, blah. And then for 3 innings, him and Jack Buck talking about golf courses in Bermuda. They'd come back from... Did you ever play that mid-ocean out there, Jay? Oh, great course. And they were talking about golf courses in Bermuda for like 3 innings.
You were a content creator even back then.
No, sorry.
Welcome to Eminem at the Rock.
And I was so excited. I said, they're still talking about it.
Guys, can you do a side-by-side of the disdain in the White Walker's voice over Joey Zanaboni today versus his gushing over a Mrs. Ballsack Facebook post from her personal page yesterday? It will be a nice little case study. Thanks. That's from Carlos Spicy Winner. Doug, he's going into the Hall of Fame.
By the way, for all you people that thought that was creepy,
Yeah, there was a
and I think
post.
there was a post on the fan page about
There
it being
was.
creepy. All I can tell you is that I got a message from Mr. Ballsack, a DM, saying, Iggy, I hope you know I was just kidding. I didn't mean anything by it. And thank you so much for those kind words about Mrs. Ballsack's Facebook page. So he knew what I was talking about, and it was for him. It wasn't for all of you.
But you said it over the air.
So what? I was telling him to say thank you. It was a great post about their child, and I appreciate it. Tell her thank you and tell her great job. I said that to him, not to everybody else.
Got anything to say, Mrs. Ballsack?
It was a heartfelt post, and I said it wasn't creepy.
No.
So for you, creep on the Facebook page, creep. There's nothing creepy about it.
I think the post was, and I didn't think it was creepy at all, but I guess one of the quotes they were creeped out was like how they, I forgot what the conception
How the
of
conception
it.
of Rain came about.
Yeah.
But it was a heartfelt post, and it was very heartwarming. So how you can think that's creepy because you didn't even know what I was talking about, but I said it to Mr. Ballsack.
Okay.
Not to everybody there, just because I told him something. It was on the radio. So what? But I also said to him, if I say happy birthday, John, creep, John, happy birthday. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to John.
To John. Johnny Johnson.
So,
Johnny Johnson, that's correct.
Anyway, and he sent me, I said, no worries, dude. I know you're kidding. It's no big deal. You don't need to apologize.
You can email in on it. Your congratulations
Please
to
not.
Joey Zanaboni the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today coming up here in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour in about 15 minutes. Cybersecurity is the most exciting career in technology and one of the most in-demand. Centric can train you for a career in cybersecurity, and they can do it in just 4 months. Centric's hands-on program teaches you the actual job skills you need to get started. No history, no biology, just technology. That's how they do it in just 4 months, even if you have no IT experience. And you can do it online, or you can do it in person. You can do it in the evenings, or you can do it during the day, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in a career in cybersecurity, call Patrick Nealon at Centric today, and he'll walk you through Centric's cutting-edge program and show you everything Centric does to help get you started in your new IT career. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Cybersecurity is a problem for every business in St. Louis, and you can be part of the solution. How do you do? How do you do, J.D. Drew? And why not pour yourself a glass of bourbon? As the weekend approaches, there's a lot of common sense in Western wisdom. Like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the fan page. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear that you can't make for yourself, or a twink doesn't know his worth until he's eye-to-eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that is perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. If you're dealing with any waterproofing issues, I would like to wholeheartedly recommend Stratum Structural Systems. I cannot recommend Matt Ford and Brett Groman enough. I dealt with it last week, and I know a lot of people in the St. Louis metropolitan area have dealt with it over the last few weeks. If you're dealing with it, you're not happy with the company you're talking to, the best, the absolute best is Stratum Structural Systems waterproofing and foundation repair. Let them know you're a TMA listener. You get $100 off your repair project. Call 314-620-8153. Think local, think Stratum. It's Stratum Structural Systems. Matt Ford, Brett Groman, over 5 decades of combined structural experience in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Email me and I'll connect you with them. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com. Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. And while you're there, if you would like to think about it, it's up to you. I don't want to force people to do
There's
anything.
no reason not to be thinking about that right now.
Force people to do anything they don't want to do. But yeah, that's something that you might want to sit back and think about. Coming up after about 10 o'clock, we'll have Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. You can leave a mic drop by using the 101 ESPN app, or you can text in 65780.
Danny Mac, 1045.
Dan McLaughlin will be joining us at 1045.
Very nice.
And then we will have Pepper and Jeannie right here. And you guys are asking the listeners what 3 bodies you want to dig up?
What graves you like to dig?
It could turn into be a good episode.
Illegal?
It could turn into be the last episode.
You think this might be the Swan song?
Well, I said it could go either way.
Well, we don't have to do this segment.
Oh, no, I think this needs to be done.
Why?
Because I have some answers.
Well, we're not doing it. We're not actually going to go dig them up. But if it was legal in this country, all right, they made one day available. We're throwing out the laws. It's basically get as rich as you can. The
purge.
One day to go dig up graves.
And if you want to sponsor this,
sure,
you can talk to our Hubbard sales staff, and we will connect you to a title sponsor.
Yep. It's like a telethon. Phone lines are open. We're standing by now.
Probably some cemetery would love to sponsor that.
Isn't Tupac like an obvious answer? Just
like is Tupac one?
To prove that he is or is not dead?
No. I'm not into conspiracy theories. I know he's dead. I don't want. Yep. What are you going to know? And it's the bones anyway. What are you going to know if it's him or not?
Well, so you're only looking to dig up graves when you think there might be jewelry down there?
You're looking for fresh graves, apparently.
Yeah, or some kind of information. You know, maybe somebody's buried with a diary with them and has all kinds of secrets.
So
things like that.
What kind of secrets?
I don't know. You'll have to wait and
It's
listen.
this person you don't even know who they are, and you're looking for their secrets?
You'll have to wait for Pepper and Jeannie.
Oh, D.B. Cooper, mine for sure. One of them.
You don't even know where he's buried. You never found the body.
What, are we looking for official grave sites here? Just talk about somebody that we know is dead that I'd like to dig up.
But how are you going to dig him up if you don't know where he is?
Okay, I didn't know how to... This seems way too...
Yeah, well,
this topic needs a little bit of...
There are some parameters.
We'll think of something else.
I kind of like it. I want to keep going.
Clousy's got some answers.
Well, I'm going to be a rich man because I'm going for Cleopatra's tomb, too. She's got every jewel that she ever owned is in that tomb.
Good news, Biff is on hold, and he has some ideas on graves he'd like to dig up. It's perfect. It's the Steve Schmidt Kia
Top 23.
Hello, Biff.
Beer will be 3.
Biff! Biff! Biff!
Hello, man.
Yes.
Dig up Colonel Sanders. There's probably some chicken in there for you.
Nice.
Are you there, Biff?
Yeah, what's the subject? You're
tombs?
Yeah, which graves you want to dig up?
I'm going to spill my coffee there.
Mm-hmm.
Graves and tombs, and that's what you're talking about?
Yep.
Well, not on this show. We were doing that on Pepper and Genie.
Oh, okay. It's a preview. All right, I got to your preview and Pepper Genie's. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Pepper and Genie.
What did I miss? What all you guys talking about?
Oh, my God.
Oh, gosh. Same old stuff, really.
Scallops.
Yeah. Same old stuff. What's happening with you?
Lake of the Ozarks, building a marijuana factory again.
A different one or finishing up the first one?
Ran on to the first one. Yeah.
Oh, it's like a 3-year project, isn't it?
Yeah. It's yep, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you've done well betting on Cardinal games here recently?
Done well, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that right? You're on a heater?
Heater, yes. I bet the farm today, Tim. A day game in Colorado.
What are you taking? Are you taking the over?
Today.
You going over?
I don't do overs and unders. That's crap. I only do straight up wins.
Yeah, betting 5,000 on a team is 300 to 1. Yeah.
Not terrible.
So are you on? I guess you're on the Cardinals then.
Yeah, I say.
No, you concerned about a Dakota Hudson start in Colorado?
Well,
yeah.
You're concerned about everybody starting Colorado, I guess. He's a ground ball type pitcher, so maybe he'll be all right.
Yes, Doug's correct. He's a ground ball type
There you
pitcher,
go.
so there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Cardinals bet is in, Doug. Place it.
Okay. How much you betting on this one?
I'm only a couple thousand on Doug.
Boom.
Okay. And then do you just watch and chew your fingernails? Are you nervous the whole game?
Couple thousand ain't nothing but a thing.
Right?
I go sit at a bar and pony up and drink and watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it a day game today?
Okay.
Day game, 2:15 start, Iggy.
2 o'clock.
Doug, do you say Herman Marquez? Do you say German Marquez?
It's with a G, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have been a Cardinal is what I would have called him.
That's that right.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we're too cheap.
Oh, come on. We're not
I'm
that
kidding. I'm
cheap.
just stirring it up, Doug. I
Okay.
just don't care enough anymore.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's over.
Because they didn't get Soto? Okay. Anything else, Biff?
Let's think. What other topics have you all been discussing today? Like what's on the bullet points?
Well, there's a broadcaster from St. Louis, St. Gabriel's, finest grade school west of the Mississippi, also St. Louis University High School. And he just got the call to the big leagues. I don't know if you've heard of Call Plowhawk. Would you like to call? His name's Joey Zanaboni. And and Iggy is happy for him. Here's
Wait, I don't know if he's gonna be able to.
Iggy's not that happy for him.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to hear this.
Oh, Biff won't be able to hear it, Doug?
I don't know.
Can a listener drop by some technology that would allow our phone calls?
Ghosting them like an OK Cupid Halloween party.
Did you hear that one, Biff?
Oh yeah, that guy got called up to the big
Yep.
leagues.
Calling a game on the MLB Network on August 17th. Mariners and Angels. How do you do?
America's team.
Hope the streaming service works.
Hey, Kim, would I be mistaken to say the Mariners?
Why do you ask what we're
the
talking
longest-
about? Then we tell you, you don't even comment.
Swing and a miss.
What's okay?
You were going to say the Mariners longest without getting to the playoffs?
Yeah, aren't they the longest?
Yeah, it's like 14
so.
seasons.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
So.
The Mariners?
Yeah.
I thought it was going back to their 2001 team.
Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, you know, I don't think they've won a playoff series since then. I think they might have gone once.
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't think they've been to a playoff series in 21 years. Have they?
Let's find out.
I don't
Does my nurse have that information? Brian Henshin just texted in, Zanaboni effing sucks. Brian Henshin.
Oh, he's pissed.
Wow, Brian Henshin and Iggy are on the same page.
He
I didn't
wanted
say
the
he
job.
sucks.
Hinchin wanted that job.
Say he's not
Is that
my-
what it is, you think?
It's not my
Jealousy.
cup of
Yeah,
tea.
Henshin's on page 6 of the Indianapolis Herald.
Oh,
20
now
seasons.
Plowhawk.
Oh,
20 seasons. 02 was the last time.
Love you, Hench.
02. Okay.
Doug, who'd they play in 2002?
They played another feisty.
Probably the Angels, right?
I think the
Angels or
Tigers.
Twins? Had to be the Angels or Twins.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't talk about that, so
I'm going to say they played the Twins. I think the Angels beat the Yankees in 2002.
They
That's what my answer is.
They beat Cleveland in 02. Or no, this is 01. I'm tripping.
Oh, Detroit was terrible at the time. Never mind.
I'm just going to guess the Angels.
I'm all in on Minnesota to double my bankroll if anybody wants it.
I don't remember the years, Tim.
What was the
The
question?
unfortunate thing is I
What
do.
was the question?
Who the Mariners played in 2002?
Oh,
They played
They played the Twins.
the Twins.
I was down in Springfield. We were
Doug, I
talking,
just doubled my bankroll. You want to go out and get some house?
we were talking Lady Bears basketball.
Yeah, they played the.
Who'd they play? Who do they play?
Is that Biff?
He fell asleep. Look, he's gone.
Well, Biff's like juggling his phone.
I'm here.
I was hoping. I didn't know.
Play.
I don't know. I don't know who they played. We
Man.
can't
Didn't
get it.
they win like 117 games that year, Tim?
That was
The Mariners
so
lost to the Yankees in the ALCS that year, and I think they won 116. Why are we talking about any of this?
I don't know.
Biff asked what we were talking about today, and then somehow he brought up the Twins.
I wish we would have saved all that for Pepper and Genie.
Iggy's Gape's not happy with Brian Henshin. Henshin's hate boner for Joey Zanaboni is so weird. Here's an idea. Try and pen an article or email that's worth the paper and pen used to scribe it with. Thanks. Respectfully, 85% of TMA listeners, also known as Iggy's Gape.
Apparently, the Mariners didn't play in the 0-2 playoffs at all, in fact.
This is brutal.
It was Oakland instead.
Gotcha.
So
They played the Twins.
So 0-1.
The Mariners lost to the Yankees in 0-1.
Right. So 0-1, they beat the Indians and then lost to the Yankees. And that was the last time they were in the playoffs.
Dude,
Doug,
how
should
is
we
that
suspend Jackson for calling Cleveland's baseball team the Indians?
I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
But
Oh, I didn't
Jackson, you've been
notice.
suspended
But at the time,
for trying to
No,
appropriate
You
that
can't
identity.
backpedal.
Yep, you were gone.
Suspended a period of 2 days' time.
Have a
Your
nice
name-
long weekend.
How
Right
cancel
now.
culture
All right.
works, Jackson.
STL
be on the
today.
first tee in an hour.
STLtaxlawyer.com.
No, you got to do balloon parties.
Log
Rats.
You're fired after.
Does your shillelagh extend to 101?
It does indeed. Yeah.
It's up and down the hallway. Casey,
I used to have a
WIL.
nice suspension shillelagh.
You
Remember
did.
that? I wonder what happened to that.
How do you three-putt from 12 feet?
Oh, he's
Well,
Thursday.
you didn't like our discussion, so we're going back to you again, right?
3 more days of golf.
Okay. Well, Jackson, that suspension won't feel very good. And doesn't feel very good for Native Americans for what you just said either.
Yeah, they're the Guardians. Get it right.
Is Biff still on hold?
Hi, Biff.
Biff, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little I got a top 13 list for you.
Of what?
Top 13 vacation destinations for St. Louis area citizens.
Okay.
Wow, I actually have to tell you, I'm a little intrigued by this.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to hear some of these.
All right, it's already 9:45, so you got to go pretty quickly.
Iggy has gotten up and is exiting the studio.
Because he's been to all of
All right, Doug, it's going to be a rat-a-tat-tat delivery.
I like that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Guy, 13. Huzzah River weekend float trip.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Okay.
accurate. That,
Yeah,
that
I've
would
been
count. I
there.
would agree with that.
12. Six Flags trip with the kids. And
Wow,
pack
it's a
your
double
own
diamond
sandwiches.
member. You know that?
Dude, for 2, I'm
Can
hit
you really call it a
hard.
trip if you're driving half an hour?
Yes.
And you got to
Never
pack your own
been there.
sandwiches on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11, Merrimack River trip. Float with potato salad and hot dogs.
Yeah.
I like food options for each one.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10, 2-week trip to Bora Bora on first class airfare.
Well, that doesn't happen very often, does it?
So you hit Lambert? Is that like the...
Number 9, the Cahokia Mounds day trip. Peanut butter
Boy,
jelly
that's a
sandwich.
lousy vacation. It's a horrible vacation.
Number 8, Merrimack Cavern cave and float trip with cheeseburgers.
Jay Senior.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Number 7, Hawaii for 2 weeks and fly first class with Busch beer.
That's better than the Cahokia Mounds field trip. Cahokia Mounds, you're basically
number
just walking
6.
up a grassy hill. That's it.
Barbecue.
We couldn't hear that.
Nurse.
Say it again.
Number 6 was Branson, Missouri.
Okay.
To see the Balk knobbers and eat barbecue ribs.
I like that one. Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like your taste.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, Wet Willie's water slide in Fenton and Taco Bell.
It's
for lunch.
closed now.
I love that one.
Reopen.
Still.
Reboot.
Biff bought
That's
it.
still there.
But it's not open, is it? I don't think it's been open for
Bring your own hose. hose.
Yeah, fill it up.
This is of all time, Doug, so
Oh,
it counts.
okay. All right, sorry.
Number 4, Paris, France, 2 weeks, 5-star hotel accommodation.
What would that cost a person? $15,000 probably?
Yeah, I'd say around there.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, 8 to 12
At least.
minimum.
Yeah.
God, I'd go over, actually. For real.
Five-star
hotel in Paris?
5 star.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
All day
for 2
long.
weeks.
$500 a night or so.
Over.
Oh, way
Is it a lot more than that?
Way
Paris,
over.
5-star, yeah.
1,000 a night at least.
Okay. Number 3 is hedonism and a 2-week Jamaican vacation with jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah, that is future.
That's
Yeah.
a light.
There are a lot of St. Louisans that go to Hito.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
We're losing you. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Talk a
All right,
little
you
bit
ready for
more.
number 2?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you
We're
ready
ready for
for
2.
number
Yeah.
2?
I'm
Yeah.
excited actually here.
Number 2, Party Cove at Lake of the Ozarks
Yeah.
on a rental pontoon boat with a Crave case of White Castle.
Yeah, that's up there.
That's
Yeah.
new money, right? Or is that old money?
That's new. Very new.
I'm going to say 1 is where Big Al takes his vacations down there in St. Peter's.
Parking lot.
You're close. Number 1 is Lake of the Ozarks, rent a pontoon boat and go to Golden Corral for dinner and get Busch Light. There you go.
The Blue Train.
And that's a family trip there.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 are the
Hold on.
same.
Hold on. We got 3 honorable mentions right fast here.
I'm
All
not
right.
getting water. It'd be done.
What are they?
Australia and bring Arby's with you and Busch Light on the flight.
20-hour flight with Arby's sitting there.
So might as well bring scallops at that point.
Yeah, I heard you guys messed up the studio today.
Yeah.
Number 2, honorable mention, is a Chicago Cubs cards game at Wrigley Field in the bleachers.
That's a good call.
That should replace Cahokia Mountains, right?
And number 3, honorable mention in honor of Larry Nickel is WWE WrestleMania Anywhere, shirtless, and have 27 Busch beers at
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Shirtless.
A lot of Bush involved.
Sounds like a rite of passage for some people.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice little list, Biff.
All right. Are you guys going to get that studio fixed up, or are you just going to leave it a mess? Or
What are you
Well,
talking about?
we'll
How
clean
does
it
he
up at some
know?
point. We'll clean it up at some point.
What's the
sure.
mess?
the smell? You smell the place.
It's already gone.
Well, it lingers a little bit.
It's in
Yeah.
the walls, like anything with fabric.
You have to paint over it, probably.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice list.
Nice little list. Sure was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good one, Biff.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys too. You got any advice for
can't
any
say
like
bye.
you
Just can't say
I lost you, Biff.
Plowhawk lost the
Just
connection.
can't. You got the one where he's, you want the one where he's, you got the one where he's asking for an autograph.
There's a lot of
Or a
them.
picture.
There's a lot of new ones.
Unfortunately, we have to get to the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day.
How mad would you be if your parents said, "Everyone get in the station wagon. We're going on vacation to the Cahokia Mounds"?
Packing overnight
I mean,
bag.
you'd really be hopping mad, wouldn't you?
Sounds like ours.
I've never found a guy that could handle me. Take that back. There was that one hot guy that face it in. There was that one hot guy that face it the old college ride. I read what's in
Gave
the
it.
teleprompter.
He meant to say gave it.
Mizzou Father's Weekend a few years back. One of my biggest money-making weekends. Every year the dads hit the same watering hole, get hammered drunk, abs, pay me handsomely to swing myself around up on stage. Well, this year was different. As I was stepping down, a hand grabbed my crotch and pulled me into the kitchen. A voice said, "I'm going to try it. I think I can make it fit." He slid off his khakis, bent over the condiments table, and gyrated his assets around for 45 minutes. I honestly thinny if he had used more Wesson eye oil.
Okay.
This guy.
The last 3 sentences are just.
Who in the hell wrote this?
I don't know.
K. Mill.
More brutal than I've ever heard.
I can't make any of it out.
I quaff HSCE, taking it all.
What?
That's from BBC. Yeah, you know me.
BBC, yeah, you know me. He's new.
Ann Young, really special moment on yesterday's show when Whistles, mid-hijacking, proudly declared, "I don't want attention." He then proceeded to sing a song literally no one asked for in the ultimate look-at-me gesture before pouting when a texter he is actively trying to cock said it's time to euthanize him. And then in a grand finale flexed about his drapes or something stupid, whatever. Let's get to the sign-off. Thanks. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin. a.k.a. ASMR Harry Truman III. Find me on Patreon and subscribe on YouTube to get exclusive access to my whisper reading of John Talty's next book, Hangin' a Hito, a novelization of The Godfather with cousin Lou Saban standing in for Joe Pesci. Eat my ass, Iggy's Gape, Xana Brownie blows. Wow.
That was Brian Hinchin?
Yes.
Brian Hinchin.
And finally, gentlemen, good morning. Wanted to drop a quick line to give a little shout out to a male listener's wife who isn't an active participant of the show. To tell her I enjoyed the personal Facebook post she made last week about the birthday of her child. I realized the post was for close family and friends, but a man in his late 60s who spends a majority of his time pleasuring himself to dudes pretending to be girls in online lesbian chat rooms, it really got to me. And sure, nobody on the show or in the audience has any idea what I'm talking about here, but over my many years of failing upwards while riding Tim's coattails in secretarial radio jobs.
I wasn't talking to you.
Failing upwards.
I found the best way to operate in radio is to alienate the entire listening base in a self-serving way, to treat my time on air as my very own little personal newsletter. And while we're on the topic of things that disinterest the audience, socks! My socks! I got a sock with some lipstick stains on it from February of 2021 that I kept after a real-life girl used my personal clothing as a snot rag before a concert. Why, you ask? Because I'm a gentleman. Anytime a person with breast needs to use my items as a personal hygiene toiletry item, I like to make myself available. Lastly, this is a line item directed at the incredible losers who send me DMs about Cheryl Dilcher. I love you. Nothing quite hardens the bond between strangers than anonymous DMs shared about an aging bag of bones born in 1946. Thanks. That's from Cal May's oversized T-shirt who watched a documentary called Succession about a microween storyline. Currently looking for suggestions on dead people to dig up for my free labor broom closet podcast because it's officially jumped the shark. My God!
Cal May's oversized T-shirt.
Is
that all of
for
them?
the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today?
Big day for email.
Well, I guess that last one was the best. Cal May's oversized T-shirt.
Yeah, it started off very poorly.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to vote for anything, but
Weren't
then
you?
it picked up later, so I'm going to go with Cal May's.
His oversized T-shirt is one.
Nice.
The Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email. You would have gone with BBC. Yeah, you know.
If you can't type an email, that's
You
the
like
win.
that? That's a win for
Love that.
I texted Joey Zanaboni to try to get him on Balloon Party.
Oh, sweet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We have Dan McLaughlin at 10:45.
Why don't you get him on this show?
Well, I wanted to get him on right when the news broke.
That's true.
And I didn't get his number till 9:36. Cal Kennedy got it for me. Cal Kennedy, Doug, of course, responsible for so many banners at St. Gabriel's.
Zamboni go to St. Gabe's?
One was for shoots and ladders.
No, I didn't know that. Well, I'm a big fan now. Because Tim went there.
Come on.
That's the reason you're a big fan?
Did he go to SLU? Tim?
He did go to SLU.
I think it'd be funny to have
Did he
like
go to Mizzou?
I don't know if he went to Mizzou.
I'll put the guy in the Hall of Fame if
Here's
he went
his
to
picture
Mizzou.
there, celebrating.
Look at that. He's going to.
Yeah.
Like, Doug, think about like a bust and it has a button with all of his great calls. If they put that in St. Gabe's.
Right. And more to come, too. Plenty we haven't heard
Sergio
yet.
Garcia with a beard.
Sergio Garcia with a beard.
Yeah, it looks like Sergio.
Okay.
He looks all right.
Yeah, Sergio. Boy, he killed it with Camilla Villegas at the last
We're
time.
getting back to golf.
I don't
He
even
was
know
in
where.
town.
Feels like the first email.
No, they hung out in Napoli almost every night.
What?
Camila in Vegas?
Camille Villegas and Garcia.
Went to Bar Napoli.
Yeah, almost every night when the BMW was in town. And I'll be back in town in like
What brought that
4
up?
years. I told you the kid looked like Garcia with a beard.
Oh.
And we were talking Garcia, so I brought that up.
You were talking Garcia.
They sure went to charcoal.
Oh, God.
Thank God this show's over.
You've had enough. Well, unfortunately, Pepperoncini's just about to start.
We may
Balloon
be
Party's
changing
just
that
about
topic,
to
too.
start. You guys are calling an audible at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
Omaha.
I'm gonna push it through.
No,
Congress.
do it. I think it's a good topic. I think you should roll with it.
You're going to pick all like pharaohs from Egypt, right? Who
Not
buried
me,
with their
Doug.
treasures?
I got some other ones. Some
Mr.
memorabilia.
Licks is standing by.
Yeah, good luck with this one. If you didn't like yesterday's.
What was yesterday about bird sex?
Yeah, and how big their penises are, how long it lasts. You know, all the stuff that you need to know.
Something else I said that I don't remember saying, but it's so stupid if I said it. Somebody was talking about listening to it. I said, well, if you don't like it, don't press push.
Yeah, don't press push.
Don't press push.
We'll have that as a drop.
Don't press
drop
push.
for the week, by the way.
TMA, if you don't like it, don't press push. There's a new shirt, Jackson.
Yeah.
Get it to Mike Flanagan.
God, I'm losing my mind.
Time for us to shut it down. Jackson and I are going to be held accountable in about 3 minutes on 101 ESPN. You can hold us accountable. Text in 65780. Pepper and Jeannie coming up with top bird erections that you want to dig up.
Yeah, we should blend topics.
For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Brian Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
KPNT FM HD.